Let's see, will it load? Oh, it looks like it loaded. Greetings, adventurers. It's your favorite Flumph doing your favorite D&D thing on Saturday at specifically this time. We are picking up from last we left off last week. The party finishing fighting their way through Malcanthet's little orb of influence to having a all-out bare-knuckle brawl in the throne room that she had crafted for herself. The party finds themselves on their way back after successfully toppling Malcanthet, body in hand, dragon riding back towards the prime material to the gateway that they came in from. The party thoroughly thrashed, some of them a little worse for wear than others. But all in all, alive and headed home. The corpse that Hessel holds on to of the Abyssal Prince that has been defeated begins to fade to ash, leaving a trail behind in the Astral Sea.
Is everyone alright?
So far.
For the most part.
I'm alive.
That wasn't true a few moments hence, so
That's why I'm bringing it up.
Change in atmosphere. The items that she had are still with you. You feel like she might have returned to her sphere of actual influence to begin rejuvenating. But a quiet, contemplative ride back to the portal. You are set off on the platform. Another wave of magic you see spread across the Astral Sea now as the black shifts to white out here. I need somebody to roll me a D20, please.
Just one of us?
Just one.
Okay, go ahead, man.
Nope, Rose, you do it. Rose, do it. I don't want to do it.
Hey!
Ooh.
That's gonna do something.
It's purpose, Rose. It was supposed to be mad, and it was supposed to be one.
Fuck you.
Yeah, one would be bad. No, lucky combatants. At the start of each initiative, each PC gains a reroll of their choice. This is not counted as an inspiration.
Holy shit!
So, wait, once per turn.
We have a
per
reroll.
combat.
We're
Oh,
bad.
combat.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
okay.
not bad.
Sorry, I misheard.
I mean, that's still really good.
Yeah, once per initiative, we get a reroll. Like, that's pretty great.
Yeah. So what we need to do is get into a bunch of small fights. Is this a daily magical effect thing, or
Yes.
okay?
And Rounds of Riches is still active, so.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
It was real hard to come up with this list, okay?
no.
I'm gonna use it.
Oh yeah, I have new slutty armor.
You do?
I
Are you
never
gonna use it?
fell for that.
You what?
There was a spell attached to it that I never got the info for.
Matt posted it. I believe you read it.
What's the spell?
She definitely didn't
yeah,
post it.
it's Brandon's game, the last 2 stat blocks.
Oh, okay, I found it.
Yeah.
I'm dumb.
You're not dumb, you just weren't paying attention to specifically that.
You were a little distracted last time. Also, just as I want to put this out in the open, failing the, what is it? Failing the check for Revivify does increase your check rating, but all that does is make it to where the next tier of magic needs to be used to revive a character. And that has a different challenge that is involved with it. Going all the way up, unless something catastrophic happens, going all the way up to True Resurrection being needed, which resets the check needed to be made to 15. But yes, consistent deaths will continue to increase it until that is required. But y'all are fairly close to that level, so that's not really that big of an issue right now.
Okay, so True Resurrection is 9th level.
Mm-hmm.
We're almost there.
Almost there.
Oh God, I just remembered a story about True Resurrection. We don't have to.
Oh no.
Also, as a quick aside, one of the things that I was seeing about in the 2024 5th edition rules is there are rules for level. There's not really rules. There are hints to you can play over level 20.
No.
In 5th edition. Yeah. Because for every level you level over 20, there are hints in the books that say to give everybody another hit dice, let them roll hit points and give them a heroic boon.
Ooh.
They've actually implemented the heroic boons, and they're not just a thing that's in the DMG that's like, maybe use this for inspiration. I think there's like 40 boons.
Oh, in the new player's handbook, you literally get them at 19 now.
Yeah.
Nice.
At 19th, every class gets a
Heroic.
or whatever they're called.
Fancy.
Mm-hmm.
That is fancy.
But a damaged and contemplative ride back on the back of a dragon. You were let off on the platform with the teleportation circle still open. The doorway, oh no, it'd be closed at this point. The doorway, the teleportation circle sits there, inactive, but as a welcome place to use any magic that you may have left. If not, you may have to wait until the effects wear off of your lotus cherries. Because right now, no one knows you're in here, really.
Let's see. What would it be to teleport?
Either teleport or teleportation circle.
Alrighty, I'm just gonna I'll bump off another first level and then uncheck 2 more spells.
Mm-hmm.
That one, and then prepare teleport. That one. Oh no, I'm an idiot. I just can't read. I was like, do I not have teleport? No, I do have teleport. I just can't see it.
Was it because you weren't looking on 7th level?
I thought I was. I must not have been. Okay. And I've also just zoomed in my screen so I can see it a little bit better. Okay, and I will cast teleport at 7th level. So we can go home.
Where are you going?
Back to the castle. Oh wait. Can't do that, can I? I guess we're going to the library.
I was gonna say, technically you have the runes for the portable portal.
Oh yeah, that is a good idea.
Keep in mind, we don't know where that is. If guards surrounding it, they won't know who we are if we enter.
Ooh, good point.
Whereas if we go to the library, the dragon knows who we are.
Correct. And then we probably won't be able to get into the castle tonight, so probably go to an inn.
It's actually a good point. In fact, I'm gonna want. It might be interesting after we get there to walk around the city and just like listen to what people are saying, because as far as they're concerned, they don't have a king anymore.
I mean, but
I'm really curious what they're all thinking.
we could try and foment discord. But yes. So to the library, I suppose. And yeah, I will cast teleport to the library.
Okay. You all.
I hope this isn't a mistake.
You all teleport to the library, selecting the 5 major runes that make up that teleportation circle, targeting it. You find yourselves in darkness. That soft, strange, uncasting shadow light filtering through the windows. You find yourself back in a familiar library on a familiar balcony.
I mean, it certainly should be familiar at this point. We've only been here half a dozen times.
Yeah. You hear the scribbling of a rather large pen as sitting at the giant desk in their half humanoid, half dragon form. There's a oh god, I forgot his name. It's been a minute. Ravuli?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Ruvuli. There. He looks up with these funky spectacles on several different lenses, sets that are flipped up that look like for some form of additional magnification. I see. You're back so quickly. They must have been very formidable. Come, I'll write that you're... you survived the defeat, but it's unfortunate, but one must not back down from... and try again, right? He gives a half-hearted grin up at you all.
Oh, no. You misunderstand. She's dead. Killed her.
Also wasn't that quick. We were probably in there about 3 hours.
Yes, we had allotted 48 hours, so now seemingly impossible. However, it's been...
We'll just point to the slutty armor she has on.
It's been about
Do you think I would? Do you think that I would wear this normally? Do you think I bought this?
It's like the third most revealing thing that I've seen a Aarakocra wear.
I don't have a response to that.
See, now I'm curious what the other two are.
I'm not. So what's the situation in the city? How are people acting now that monarchs don't exist?
He narrows his eyes. Right, the townsfolk wouldn't know. I haven't been out there. After the planning of everything, I've been writing down. You really defeated her. Like,
Yeah?
most of
Yeah,
the
thank
forces
you.
aren't back. Did y'all just kill her and bail out?
Basically, she had a mythal, so we had to leave.
She had a... Oh, that's probably started to collapse. There's no point in trying to
Oh
study
yes,
it.
it collapsed fully.
Mm.
Almost on top of us.
That's a rather shame. I'd love to study the runes that made that up. Oh, that means she's been planning this for well over 100 years, if that's the case. Unless you found some Imperialite. Did you find any Imperialite?
Would I know what Imperialite is?
You probably...
Can
you
I
would
go
have...
to August's character sheet and make an Arcana check?
Would Saywin have any chance of knowing what Imperial is?
You like a vague thing that is talked about in some very uncommon fairy tales, you would all absolutely go, that's not a real thing. Like, you've heard the name, but it's like if someone was like, oh, did you meet Pinocchio? He moved in upstairs above you. It's like, that's not a thing. You're being silly.
Or as Willow would put it, oh, that's real? I mean, I was just theorized. But
Yeah.
because if you told Willow that Pinocchio moved in next door to you, she'd say, okay.
Well, Willow's a little bit different.
Yes.
Hey.
But oh, I can see I'm tired. My model doesn't want to hold its eyes open. But he's just like, well, once we hear back from everyone else, I'll take you at your word. But right now, silly nonsense.
They should be back not too terribly long. They were just about to take out the last of the
Hey,
squiggly ships.
am I misremembering something?
Quite possible.
Perhaps.
I might be misremembering a conversation that was shared at some point. I'm gonna put her body on the ground.
It's Ash.
Yeah, as you all were flying
That's right.
away, it turned to ash.
That's
Yeah.
right, that's right.
Yeah.
But still, I might be misremembering. Was it? Didn't she have a divine spark?
No, Nalahim did, potentially.
No, but because we were talking and they were talking about that she would become a full god if she took the throne.
I thought it was that she had enough followers that she had the potential to be.
Well, but you have to have a divine spark to become a deity.
I don't know.
Yeah. I do not believe you have all of the information.
Because if her body turned to corpse like ash, it would have been in her corpse. So clearly she didn't have one. But if she should have one, then the question is, where is it, and was that actually her?
It is still a mystery. Ooh.
Hmm. I could have swore we had that conversation.
You sort of did, but not with any form of the council.
But it was with, yeah, wasn't it literally
I mean, we can say theoretically we're
Betty's
having
guy?
this conversation in front of them.
No, but it was Betty's guy, right? He was saying that if she took the throne, whenever he was
yeah.
telling you about all of the
Let me
contenders,
go
he
through
was
my
saying
notes.
she would be the worst one to take the throne because she'd become a god.
Yeah.
So then why is that, if it's not a divine spark? We have research to do. You're in a library. How does someone become a god? I remember a very important detail.
Yeah, Ruli goes, no, that's highly forbidden knowledge. You will not find anything of that sort in my library.
You don't research the forbidden? Aren't you a dragon wizard?
Can I roll insight on that?
You certainly
Don't do
can.
Okay.
I just keep the conversation going.
Yeah.
All right, look. We were given information on her whenever we were studying the claimants.
Whoops. It's 6 plus 13.
And it was thought, it was a
19.
concern of the informed that if she were to take this throne, she would ascend to godhood. But no one else would. I'm curious as to why.
He goes, well, I have my own theories about that. For a 19, Willow, you feel like he's only being half truthful.
Yeah.
He seems worried about that sort of information, but also maybe has a stash somewhere.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure he's like, that information does not need to get out, but I want that information for myself because I like information.
Oh wait, were we rolling insight?
I rolled insight.
But he just goes, well, it could have. There are a number of reasons why that could be true. I'm not sure where you got that information from, but
Northway.
That would make sense. There are a number of ways that it is theorized that one could ascend the mortal coil and become infinite yourself. Such is the lot and the folly of several archwizards in the past. Although one did succeed, as far as we know of, in any written form of memory. Raven Queen. She was once a human mage, ascended to godhood, spent the first 200 years of her existence absolutely crushing all of her previous friends into non-existence, and then destroying all evidence of how she did it. And if you ask her, she will deny everything and maybe smite you still. I don't know how her opinion on that information coming out has changed in the last bit of time.
All right, well, what's your theory? Because honestly, we are the main force fighting these things. We probably should know.
The fact is, when I tried to bring her body with us, and it on the way over, it disintegrated.
That will
So-
happen with these sorts of creatures.
She's probably reforming somewhere, which means this is still something that could happen.
You've probably put a certain significant dent in her ability because of some, albeit well known on the prime material, but not so well known in the multiverse, well known adventurers were able to just simply walk in, slay her best people, and, you know, undo her plans that have probably taken several hundred years. That's gonna put a certain stink on your reputation. As for he kind of gives a side eye to you, Betty. Make a persuasion check.
You do that. Well,
It's I
actually, I have my lucky stone. If I add an 8 to that, or let's roll 1d8 to that. See if that maybe
It's a
helps.
D6.
Is it a d6? I'll add a d6 to that. Maybe it'll. It didn't help.
I'm rather busy right now, and maybe once all of this rigmarole is finished, we can have a talk about the many, many, many attempts at people trying to ascend to godhood.
Would it make you feel better if we had the conversation one-on-one? I could swear myself to Pelor in secrecy.
I would rather leave
Listen,
the gods out
there's a
of
number-
this.
There's a number of forces in play. If others, such as a certain handy individual, are aware of the pieces in play and how things are unfolding, and if this is something that can be stolen, well, then this is the best time to do it.
Yeah.
She's weak, she's reforming. If any of them know of this possibility and know that she's been slain, then this power, this whatever it is, can be claimed. And then they're the next great threat for godhood.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay.
It's a higher DC.
Oof, I'm gonna re-roll that. Sorcery point. So it's just 1d20. 27.
Because I'd rather not have any gods involved, so. And he looks at Betty and he goes, "You're touched by one, but I don't know which." So he looks over at Willow. You're not favored by any god, but you're favored by something else.
I swear.
If you, he goes, I will make you a deal. If you can shut off your connection to your deity for 10 minutes, I will give you information. But I'm not giving a free line to come murder me from the sky for what I know.
Are you fearful of Hello learning? Or is that directed at Betty?
Yes. He looks at you all and he just says, I'm fearful of any of the higher deities. They do not want any ascensions going on, and if they know, I know. I don't want
Fair
to
enough.
have a shadow with a porcelain face dogging me for my years. I may
Fair
live
enough.
a long time, but she certainly lives longer.
How does one shut off a connection to a deity?
I don't know that.
I close my eyes.
Say, hey, Pedro, can you not listen for 5 minutes?
I focus on the light in my chest
Uh-oh.
and say, you've trusted me so far. You can give me 10 minutes, right? And I
Okay.
try and snuff it.
This. I need you to roll me both a persuasion and then a faith check.
Okay.
Oh, man. Maybe not
First,
enough. Maybe like...
It has to be turned off.
Maybe,
Yeah,
maybe
29.
29.
like
Okay.
dim or douse.
Oh, holy shit.
And then 24.
24.
Fucking nice.
I was gonna say last campaign, Lorian rolled a 40 against the Raven Queen, so
That is true.
This is I have advantage in all charisma checks as long as we're not in combat, man.
Yeah. Yeah. You hear. What is this Ravuli hiding? You hear a loud rumble from your chest, like your stomach is growling. I expect to
Have
report
faith.
afterwards. And for the first time since you have devoted yourself, your shine disappears. Your ephemeral glow becomes that of human skin.
Oh.
Oh.
well, I think you turned it off.
That should work for now.
Can I see if Zephyr or any of the other winds are paying attention to me right now?
You are always in the eye of the storm, young Saban. You
Well.
know this.
Ask them to go get you a carton of milk.
Can I just try to mentally place myself in stagnant air where there are no winds whatsoever?
Vacuum of space.
You are trying to, instead of like Hessel, you are trying to actively push yourself away from your whatchamacallit, your deity.
No. I'm trying to figure out how I want to do this. It's like I think I'm gonna have to go the same route as Hessel. It's like, can you give me like 10 minutes where you're not paying attention?
Yeah, very similar. I need you to make a persuasion check and bam, there you go.
All right, persuasion. Oh, okay. And it was faith.
Faith.
Okay. Not bad. Not as good, but not bad.
You get back a absolutely, and then it's the mental equivalent of knowing somebody is behind a set of bushes. They have switched from passive to active watching what you're doing.
You have made the situation worse.
All right.
It's like, so this has all been going on in your head, so time has not been passing. But he just kind of, if we truly do have time, and I believe
might
you,
have.
the rest
I
of
think
you
I
need
might
to.
have. I think I might have to step out.
We'll fill you in later.
So,
Great.
he stands up and he like actively ushers everyone but Hassel out of the room.
What? Why do I have to leave?
You are favored by something that's not quite a god, but might have connections. Please.
Okay, well, give
I
me a
highly
second.
doubt that the High Lady of the Fey Court would care about this.
I do not trust that. I do not trust, especially the higher of the Fae, to not willy-nilly activate. If you want to, okay. If you push again, no.
If I take my wedding ring off, is that gonna sever the connection?
No, you're being watched by a deity. They know of your presence.
Is it Paylor?
What?
No,
Is it
you
Paylor?
got the-
No.
He's a god.
Yeah,
Oh, he is a god. Never mind.
your
Yeah.
husband's a
Yeah.
god.
You know what?
So,
I'll talk. I'll. Can I do the internal thing too? And just see if I can be like. Can I try it?
Yeah.
Like. All right.
All
Listen,
right.
there's like a 50-50. You already know this. But can I just have like 5 minutes to talk to this guy?
He goes, of course, I'll be right here.
No, I mean like he doesn't want anyone watching.
That's highly
Because-
suspicious. And I think
know
you
it is.
know that means I should certainly watch, correct?
How about? I'm trying to think. I'm like, how about this? I fill you in afterwards because he's not gonna say shit to me if you're here, and he knows you're here.
Active betrayal. That could be good. Roll a persuasion check with advantage.
Persuasion check.
He's just gonna fucking explode. You guys are dooming this guy to die.
No.
Yeah.
28. Yes. He's just like, very well. Tell me later. I'll close the curtain.
Okay.
And yeah, you feel a very similar, like, almost like you've had a warm hand on you for a long time, and then they simply step away, and you're like, oh,
Yeah, fair enough.
that spot's cold now.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'm good.
Oh, I love how
I
Say
look
would.
at Betty out of the corner of my eye. Are you? Severed
Not,
connection is not silence.
not to distract.
You also
From
have to not
this.
report back.
Asshole doesn't know what I talked about in my internal monologues.
I know, but I also know that you don't keep secrets.
Not
keep
to
secrets.
distract from the actual game, but if I am making noises, it's because I can see a crazy amount of lightning just streaking through the sky, and I think it's actually hitting the ground.
Oh,
Fun.
nice.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Summer storms are coming for you.
Pretty much.
Ah,
But yeah, I have no connection, so
I love how Saywin's
Very
the
well.
only one so far who it's like, yeah, no,
No,
they're still
and-
here.
Well, then
and-
I will
and
try and
Will.
buy Betty's silence with my life, since she doesn't know how to keep her mouth shut. I swear that should either myself or Betty reveal this information, hell or me smite me.
You watch
All
as
right.
Rahuli flinches as you say that. Okay.
I mean, he's not here to witness you mention that, so I don't know where the stake is, but
Lady sorcerer, lady wizard, shark lady, please.
Brenna?
I'm
Oh, right,
sorry,
fine.
I never really got your names.
I'm Betty.
I know you're Betty. You're one of the ones that introduced yourself. Please.
Say when I let
Say when.
go. Yeah,
Well, it's nice to belatedly meet you.
Yes, it's nice.
I definitely introduced myself, so I'm not gonna reintroduce
I'm-
myself.
Pretty sure we all introduced ourselves.
Yes, you did.
He's just stressed out.
Yeah.
Just
Okay,
make
so
myself more of a nuisance.
I'm gonna leave in a huff because I'm the only one who doesn't have to ask somebody's permission to go radio silent.
It's like,
I'm getting discriminated against.
I mean,
You are.
I mean, Saywin basically was like,
Listen, if he
yeah,
if he knew that the god I had was not only just a fey god, but my husband, I'd also be out of the room.
So-
Yes.
Mad.
I mean,
I will
Yeah?
say this. It's totally in character for him because you're emanating an aura of a literal higher fae.
You know what? That's fair.
So he literally thinks someone's watching you because the others are emanating godlike powers.
Yeah.
So
And you know what? I don't because I don't have any way to prove that I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm just
can't-
gonna leave.
yeah, you can't turn yours off in any way unless you really want to activate your RST Rising and pull your horns out.
Well, see, here's
Ooh.
the thing. I can't
Yeah.
because I already used it today.
see, I just like how Saywin is like, okay, I definitely know the winds are still watching,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna just step outside since
Yeah.
you're not gonna say anything if I'm still here. So, bye.
Yep. There, we're out the door.
As soon as Saywin steps out, it's like, all right, I know you're still there.
But what? No, I'm just happily.
Just watering the bushes over there.
Yeah, just absolutely. Pay no heed. In fact, I was never here. Don't even worry about it.
I wasn't dropping no eaves,
Yeah,
promise.
I wasn't dropping no eaves.
All right.
Yeah. It's as you walk out of the hall, that presence, you feel it like trying to pull you back towards like the door, but it's clearly attached to you, Saywin.
Yeah. The winds are very interested, but
Winds can only carry sound for so far.
yep.
I drew a recreation of what the fuck is happening to this one.
Oh, where?
Where?
I'm gonna post it in
Oh,
I'll post it in Brandon the game.
yeah. Post it in my voice with literally zero context.
I mean, that is what most of my voice is, but
That is true.
Yeah, but my voice literally just means no context.
there you go.
Wonderful.
Oh no.
Shit.
All right,
Hang on.
so
I have to
with
do a thing now.
Betty and Hessel left in the room, he goes, "Do you know anything about the song of Ascension.
The Song of Ascension?
Yeah, it was the fable, the tale that Raven Queen tried to erase from memory, but human endurance is finicky and fickle, and survives under rocks sometimes. She couldn't erase what it was, but she erased the words. However, that's not the only way. And there are rumors that some of the deities over time have found themselves ascending to godhood. Technically, Asmodeus might have been one of the first to ascend to deification, as all of hell worshipped him. The gods aren't exactly from our sphere of influence. They came from somewhere else. They either birthed themselves from the thought like beholders do, but at a time when the flow of chaos was thousandfold the energy required to do so, or they came from elsewhere. But none of that can be known because the gods keep that information to themselves. None of them will tell you, and you will more than likely be smote for even suggesting that they weren't always there. But we know they weren't always there. Now, this raises another point. Your friends aren't listening, are they? Okay. Worship seems to be a core tenet of how they maintain power and how they regenerate power. Faith. Having the faith of a large community. And I'm not saying thousands, tens of thousands, like some sort of large cult. I'm saying millions upon millions of people that believe your name could mean their salvation, could mean that you point their soul in the afterlife to greater places, to the higher planes. If any mortal with a spark of life given from any of the deities, their spark may become divine.
Okay.
And a spark is required.
Are you talking about
Every
just
living creature
standard
has a spark of life given by
yeah?
Ignia.
But if they get enough supporters and worshippers, that could turn into something else. Is what you're saying?
Yes. If the number of sparks of divinity that exist in the universe was finite, they would have long been gone. Some have been lost to ages, some of them hidden away as treasures on grand adventures. Some suddenly appearing out of thin air. Some making sacrifices. Now, the reason I say this, and it's a sacrilege of the highest order to tell a deity that they are not the original all-seeing, all-knowing creatures. That's why I fear to speak of this in front of anything that has godhood. You put yourself in danger, sort of. an information hazard just simply having the idea that they were not first, and the idea that there could be more to replace them. Those who reach too far and too greedily, like the descendants of Diaboro or the predecessors of Diaboro and the descendants of the city of great sages. Have you heard the name Karsus before? He's a great example of don't reach too far into that darkness. It will swallow you up. Now, why did this do this? Give me 1 second. Why is it so loud? What happened? Whatever. Okay. I'll just lower it. But do you understand why I say this with such worry about deities knowing that I'm willing to speak this out loud?
Yeah, that makes complete sense to me.
Even still, the actual information itself. Very few could actually make use of it. It would take, well, something immortal like Malcanthet to gain that number of followers.
I mean, she has, I guess, but she has basically the entire brothel and idea of lust underneath her. So it makes sense to a degree.
She's been poaching
Fair
off
enough.
of Soon for millennia. Soon wants her gone. However, Soon does not offer up unattached lust. Love comes along with Soon's worship. Some people don't want that. And I can certainly say that across all of what we know of the, the multiple planes of existence, Malcanthet has many a happy to follow follower.
And even still, believe us or not, she's currently defeated. So this shouldn't be an immediate concern.
You
Honestly,
did
my
put a
biggest
dent in her appeal, I will say, but
But if she already has this spark ignited, then it can be collected, yes?
if she did have one, the only way to get it from her would be to slay her on her floor of the abyss.
Which is where she'd be right now, yes? Reforming?
She'd probably be coming back, yes. However, if she did have one, she's going to be a target.
But my concern is Nalaheen.
Our
He's
our
known us before we
information
were even anything.
and our source of information may or may not believe that he could potentially have a spark as well.
Where would he have gained his? It's not like he's worshipped openly.
The other prime way to manifest a spark of divinity is by capturing and condensing sparks of life. A slaughter untold would be required. Or gathered in secret. and kept for many, many, many millennia. So if he's as old as you say he is, he could have the 100,000 sparks of life required to catalyst one.
100,000. How many people do you suspect have died since this entire ordeal started across this world?
Unknowable at the moment. Most of the fighting has seemed to be on the prime material, but we do have reports now that a black streak has been seen attacking random targets much more openly since a certain check has left its balance.
A week to kill 100,000 people. It's doable, especially for someone who can open portals everywhere. Even if they don't already have a spark, they could get one.
It's
Well, you can kill
possible.
them, but how do you capture it?
That is the problem. The spark of life in any living creature is not it's not something that you can stop. That's death's domain. They must pass through the Raven Queen's doors to be judged by the other deities and funneled from there to the gates of waiting.
Are you saying the spark is a soul?
Spark of Divinity is simply a bigger piece of igneous grace.
No, but what you're saying that it has to pass through the gates of death and yada yada. That means
Something would have to stop that process. If someone was able to stop that process, they could capture as many as they wanted if they were discreet about it. It's not like every soul is ever accounted for.
let's think beyond that step. Is a soul separate from this spark of life?
No, they're one and the same.
Then surely you could just collect them all by going to Elysium. Or Pandemonium. Any
Well,
place souls are banished to
They're still watched by deities
exist.
there. You'd have to capture them on escape. Or potentially in the ethereal plane.
Well, it's something to worry about, but
You would certainly have to do it discreetly or where gods can't see well. Places on the far edges of existence or inside the prime material.
what happened to us in Neverborn? Bessie,
do you mean?
I seem to recall where we severed one of Nalahim's hands.
Yeah, yeah, I do remember that.
He was opening portals, collecting people.
Oh fuck.
He wasn't killing them, he was taking them. Alright, I don't know what we thought about letting him take the throne after this is all done, but that can't happen anymore.
No, that's a fucking problem. That's a big problem.
This is
And
valuable.
he's been
This
this is very valuable.
has helped. Suddenly we don't have a claimant for this throne that isn't the worst thing that could possibly happen. Yet someone still must take it.
Yeah, but this is not the one.
All right. Well, we have our next target if we can focus somehow, but have any of Nalahim's forces even taken the city?
I mean, does he care about cities if he can just take people willy-nilly off the battlefield?
Well, he still has to win the war to claim the throne. Okay, he still needs 100 influence.
I mean, I
The
think he
question
could
is
get it if
what
he straight
actions
up
he is
ascends.
taking.
He could get it if he just straight up ascends and shows that he has this power.
Well, that's a question, actually. Where is this throne? Is it an actual physical place?
We do not
Do we
know
need
the
to worry about
location.
trying to defend it?
There exists somewhere in the, and he kind of pulls out a stopwatch and goes, okay, no more other talk.
Sure.
There does exist a place in, well, all the thrones are on the floors of existence of the princes, so I guess the one that you'd be looking for would be Jubilex's old throne in the Unending Mire or something like that.
And if we were to continue this war, what's stopping someone from just sneaking in there and sitting down? What is that process? Do we know? Is there a record of what that might mean? How long it might take?
Yes. I don't know. That I've never in my long life had to worry about. Man, it's really showing how much campaign 1 I ignored my my dyslexia for some of these things because I'm looking at some of these names. I've been pronouncing it Jubilex this whole time.
I mean, we've all been pronouncing it wrong. We've been pronouncing Tharzadune wrong for
That was also
years.
because of my dyslexia, and I wrote it down that way. And I also wrote it down Jubilex. It's Dweeblex.
That's
I'm
terrible.
gonna keep
I like
calling him
Jublex.
I don't like
with
that.
it.
Yeah.
I think of him as Juju Boy.
Jujubee,
Yeah, he's either pronounced Jublex or Zuiblex.
but also like Tharzadune is like Thurizadune.
Yeah, Tharizdune.
Yeah, and I was just like, nah, Tharzadune's
Oh yeah,
better.
it's Tharizdune.
Yeah.
Tharzadune. Okay. I like Tharzadune.
Well, how long ago do we all right. I know who killed Jublex. Do we know?
Yeah.
Is that part of they're famous. We wouldn't definitely know of the party.
He
Do we
would-
know that they killed Jublex?
That, he goes, I might have a book on some of those histories. That's not exactly my area of expertise, but I certainly collect any and every copy of a book that comes through that I can find, get my hands on.
Well, how long ago was it? It was like it was pretty recent, wasn't it?
It
For this to be going
the
on.
start of the Blood War started just about the same time that the what happened?
Has been using his time wisely, is what I'll say. It's wonderful.
He goes, all right, please. Can you go get your friends? I'm going to start preparing, but it's been about 30 years or so since the reunification occurred. We'll need some help looking through the books if we want to do this.
I'm gonna open the door.
Yeah.
All right.
Are we good?
You have to go outside and get them, but yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be right back.
Okay.
Alex.
Guys, this is
I
how
knew
we're
when he
gonna
said I have
tie
to
in the
draw
last
something. That's what it
campaign.
was gonna be.
I didn't know what to expect when I saw the drawing that instantly reminded me of an ancient internet meme. But it wasn't that what Alex drew, but oh my god, it's amazing.
It's funny.
It's very good.
As you round back up, I need to desperately go pee because I didn't do that before stream because everything broke. So I'll be right back.
Bye.
Gotcha.
Alex, can you please make like comics of funny moments for each of the characters? Because that would be great. Oh my god, I just love it so much. The fucking there's a tiger behind me, isn't there?
It's so funny.
Oh my god, it's so good.
Okay, I'm back.
We were just
Kind
singing your
of what I
praises.
This is kind of what I figured was the case, is that you got so many people chanting your name that you just gained enough ego to ascend.
Oh, I was still under the assumption that the sparks were finite.
I mean, it's cool that they aren't, but also not cool that they aren't.
I
because-
think that I've been equating it to primals in Final Fantasy, except without like I guess the crystal charge would be the souls in that regard, but you know what I mean?
Yeah. I vaguely understand what you mean.
Okay, so if I'm understanding correctly, the souls of people can be used to create these shards of life.
They can ascend to the next step.
Yeah.
So that if you collect enough of them, you then go to the next level, which is like the divine spark.
Yes. And then you can be God.
Yes. So basically it's a philosopher's stone from
Hmm.
Full Metal Alchemist.
That too. Yeah.
'Cause it's like you basically use the souls of other people to become immortal.
Which is, exactly what there are a lot of things in D&D that use other people's souls in large quantities to gain immortality for one individual. Immortality's not all
Yeah.
it's cracked up to be,
Also, I'm gonna be honest with you. 100,000 is not that. I mean, I know that the population's lower than it is on Earth right now, but that's still not a whole lot.
It's not a whole lot, but
Oh, it's
also
100,000 soul or sparks
It's
of life to
100,000
create.
souls for one spark. Do you remember how many spark values we had? We were like at 160.
yeah,
you
we had a
were.
lot. We had a
Oh,
lot. It
but-
takes
And that
yeah,
wasn't
but
even
the
that still wasn't even close to being a god.
yeah.
But the process of getting the spark was the more strenuous of than
Yeah, getting your first one
gathering.
is the barrier of entry. Because then you know who has one, and you know how relatively strong they are compared to you.
Yeah,
Also-
like
And then
the
it
biggest thing
becomes
is
like
getting it.
Agario, where it's
Mhm.
like you go zorp other people.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, somewhere in the
Yeah.
universe, a hand bashes a desk, followed by several hundred other hands that their plot's been foiled.
And to be fair, in campaign 1, what we did is we just went waka 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 like Batman and just
We
like
pretty much
absorbed
did.
whatever we
Yeah,
could.
we scooped up a bunch of like loose ones that were around.
A spark of divinity does not grant you godhood, but
It does grant you
certainly
the right.
helps.
It
It
grants
does
you
grant
the
you the right
potential to be one.
How
It
long
does
does it
grant
take
you.
one to develop?
I mean, depends on the method, right?
Well, let's say like tomorrow, everyone on Earth worshipped what's his name? Travis. Would he immediately have a spark?
His spark of life, his soul would begin to grow. That timing would be dependent on how many people genuinely thought he was a salvation.
Interesting.
Hmm.
Interesting. Okay. Anyways,
Well, everyone reconvenes in the library, pretending the last conversation didn't happen. Changing
all right.
over.
To summarize our current point of research, since we're going to be doing some searching here in the library, we're attempting to find information on the death of Jublex. Because we're trying to figure out if we can determine where the throne is. Because a concern has been raised that maybe someone, say Nalahim, could just go sit on the throne right now and is already in the process of claiming the seat. While we're all distracted fighting a war that he doesn't actually care to be involved in.
That would make sense why he kicked everything off by sending us as his proxies.
Right. He has us with the objective to go around killing his competitors while he just sits and is already in the process of claiming his seat. Potentially. So,
Said
um,
we got to figure out
research.
more information on this seat and what the fuck happened and why it's vacant. I think that would be super helpful.
So, as you were saying,
Right.
gesture back to the dragon.
Urvali extends his hands outward. I may have information here that would be helpful to you. However, there's a fair amount of literature to go through. If you wish, I can certainly assist in this matter.
Yeah, I think we should roll our sleeves up to start looking.
Okay.
I mean, we don't have anything else to spend the day doing.
Now, I think no one knows your library better than you, so I'm going to cast Enhance Ability Intelligence on him, I guess, for investigation.
Yeah, it's either investigation or perception, too.
In fact, I'll twin it and do the other one on Willow, since Willow's smart.
Hey!
All right. So, for anyone who wishes to look,
I do.
I need an investigation check or a perception check.
All right.
I will do investigation.
2d20. KH1.
Is this information to recall about Fey Fiends or Undead?
This
recall.
isn't. Yeah, it wouldn't be recall. You'd be learning.
That's
this
pretty
information.
good. I think we're all right, guys.
29.
But roll anyways.
I'll look
You might
anyway.
get a natural 20.
Yeah. 13. Okay. And then you rolled pretty decently to find something in a library, but I will still do Ravuli's.
Because, his DC is probably lower because it's his fucking library.
Well, yes. I think he's got a 16. Amethyst. Yeah, plus 16 Arcana. So, with advantage. right. $28. You rolled higher than them, so. Not that it matters. That wasn't that groundbreakingly needed of a of a roll. It just determined how quickly you found it.
He's like, oh, I think I know where it is, and Willow just walks around the corner with holding the book that he was looking for.
That's the one. A rather new book, more like a pamphlet, a novella, if you would, containing the events of the last 100 to 20 years previous.
And this should be very interesting for me, having not been around for it.
But yeah, it's a thinner book, somewhere in the like 200-page range. Basically setting up and describing the last campaign and the events that led up to it. With the disassembling of the treaties of the Astrafelina and war looming. This book written from the perspective of someone living in Adeloth. But yeah, the unknown and worrisome King Cassarax, his involvement and magical sway was called into question innumerable times in this period, causing the collapse. Eventually leading to yada yada, the entirety of the storyline of campaign 1, in which a group of adventurers who eventually called themselves August Angels.
Autumn Angels.
Autumn.
Yeah, Autumn Angels.
Yeah.
Listen, I got a lot of words in my head already.
I was gonna name it that, but I was like, it's too on the nose.
Yeah, Autumn Angels. Yeah.
Plus, everyone, it's a season of change. It makes sense.
Yeah. The story is inconsistent. However, it is known that the Autumn's Angels went planar, searching for the culprit of an event that occurred, and suddenly afterwards Jubilex was slain and the effects were found, causing raucous effects and changes throughout the abyss immediately, and for like the last 20 years the degradation of
To think, it's a wild thought that the biggest conflict of our campaign is caused by a side quest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just claiming a house that my character had won in a deck of mini things drawing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But listen, everything's got to be tied together.
All right, I have to know what do they say about us? What's the impressions?
This was written by an older gentleman, so you're more described as young upstarts than anything. Although some words of half-hearted praise are given to each of the members.
This is the previous campaign
This is
character.
previous
correct?
campaign, yeah.
What does he seem to favor the most? If you were to guess,
Out of all
even
of
if
them,
probably
he
it's
the
a
thinks
little
queen.
bit leaning.
out of all of them, he thinks the writer thinks that Karian is the one who gave up adventuring to do better things, and they're clearly like anti-adventure from a lot of the reading of this. They're sort of like, this person's foolish, like, why are you throwing your life? And Aaron's like, oh yeah, she retired and did something better with her time. Thank goodness. The others kept just doing the adventuring thing like psychopaths.
And then all disappeared.
Well,
He's very much aware of where she is.
yeah.
Okay, so we get this summary. All right. That doesn't tell us where. Is there?
Oh, I was getting.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I bet he does have one comment.
Oh.
It sounds like these fuckers had no idea what they were doing and the implications of it.
I mean, we could ask. At least, well, once this is all over, at least one of them is still alive.
Does it say where the throne might be? Because if not, we might have to.
It's like, well, while you were reading through that one, I grabbed a few books on specifically the abyss itself. So it might not be in that one, but it might be in one of these. And he's like, these are much older books, so they wouldn't have newer information in them. And upon looking through them, we find this Jubilex. Jubilex's principal realm, his abyssal floor that he calls home is Shedakla.
How do you spell that?
Yeah. Shedaklah. It is a
S-H-A?
SHED.
Shed?
I'll wait for somebody to post it in the chat because somebody got that.
Oh, I posted
Where did you post it?
on Twitter, Twitch chat.
Oh, well.
What? No.
Yeah, you did. Shed a claw.
Shedaklah.
That sounds
How
like
close was I wonder?
delicious dessert.
Yeah, it's a delicious dessert, a truly putrid realm of living rot, visible fumes, and bubbling oozes. It's
it's
like an anti. it's like an anti pudding.
Ew.
Yeah.
I wasn't too far off.
Does it give a
anti-pudding.
name for the throne or just the realm?
That is the realm that he lived in. That is the realm that you technically slayed him in.
Rose, you were not, in fact, very far off.
Hmm.
So
do you
yeah,
think it'd
somewhere.
be worth checking?
It's just like, well, unless you know specifically where his throne or castle or anything is, each floor of the abyss is the same size as the prime material plane. A somewhat unknown and infinite space. So
I mean, we could simply specify our bounds of teleportation to be Jublex's old throne, right?
only if it was not protected.
That's fair. That's fair.
Many of these floors have entry points. So simply stating where you want to go might just take you to the closest entry point.
Which would be to say nothing of an exit.
But it does say, I believe, and he flips the book back towards you, that it looks like Jubilix's throne is an unknown location, but he does exist, or he called the realm his home, and specifically the Swamp of Oblivion as his true intent.
Great.
All right, so we might be able to get to the swamp itself, but actually locating the throne would be an issue. And there's no guarantee we could do it in a day. If only there's a way to figure out if that's where Nalahim was. So,
I'd also like to know for certain if Nolahim is there.
That
We
would
could,
that's
be
what I thought.
Well,
we could try something like sending.
It wouldn't work.
Oh, right, because of the magical.
But I wonder.
What about a west wind? Because those kind of work, but they can only go to the same
It-
plane.
It would.
No, they
get
can
to
go
him,
past planes. It's just,
But even if it got to him,
takes a
then
hot
what's the
second.
result we're hoping for? That he replies, "Yes, actually, that is where I am." Why would he do that?
We're not saying that we're asking where he is.
Then what do you suggest we ask?
We don't have to ask anything.
We can't
Just
follow
follow
the
it?
tube. If it's on a different plane, it teleports.
Granted, it'll teleport either up or down.
Also, even if it didn't teleport, we'd be following it for potentially days based on distance.
True. I mean, I was thinking, I'm just trying to figure out
I wonder if this
what's
would.
something that we can do that is limited to this plane.
Method of communication. The issue with things like sending is that it's garbled, right?
Aye.
You get like nonsense. Sometimes it doesn't connect. But if it's very straightforward, I wonder if it would work. Like if it's very like one note. Can I attempt to cast commune?
The thing is, it does work. It just is garbled. So it can still go through.
But
it just doesn't
the issue is
necessarily
not it
mean that we
connecting
deliver a
because it
message.
won't tell us anything because he's not going to tell us honest answers. But
No,
I
we
have
don't have
thought-
to ask him. We're just seeing if he's on this plane.
That's not
or
how it
whatever.
works.
Sending?
Everything is this plane right now because of the celestial sunrise.
Is
That's
that-
why we're able to teleport everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
That's
why
the entire
it's all,
situation.
That is why it's all garbled. Because it shouldn't be getting to another plane, but it is.
because everything is everywhere and nowhere.
Everything is.
Everything everywhere all at once. Yes.
Thank you.
So
that was the joke.
We could all
as a point to the PCs or to the players and not the characters themselves. You are currently labeled as in the elemental chaos. You are not on the prime material.
Jesus.
Oh.
Okay. Cool.
So
I want to try and do commune.
This is 100% a joke, but we could just wish for an Nalahim tractor.
That I think would be a dumb use of one of our two remaining.
That would be a
That's why
bad
I'm
use
saying
of
it's
our
a joke.
wishes. And who wants to get wish sickness for almost a week?
Well,
Well,
we
we
just
just
double
give it to
down.
you again since you're gonna
No,
have to
I
week
don't
anyway.
want wish sickness. I've already been thrown off of a tower. I don't
Look,
want.
you're already suffering it. It doesn't. You don't double suffer.
You're not. Listen, it's been like this for months. You're not gonna notice it as much. You're gonna get used to it.
It's not been like
No,
this
but
for
I'm
months.
gonna cast
Well, I mean,
commune,
months
and I'm
in-
gonna
in
try,
real life.
and I'm gonna
Yeah.
try and connect to someone who might have been keeping track of their competition. I want to try and connect to uh
Philanthropics?
no
What demon lord's gonna talk to us?
the lady we just killed.
Malcanthet?
Yeah, Malcanthet.
Yeah, she's gonna talk to us.
Well, I think she doesn't want Nalahim to win
Yeah.
because in her mind, she's still gonna reform, get back what she lost, and win.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know if she can communicate right now with her reforming, but if her soul exists, I mean that's what you communicate. You can talk to dead people with commune.
She's not a god. Can you commune with her?
You can commune. You don't have to commune with God with commune.
I don't know what the stipulations for commune are, so
No, hold on. Commune you do. It's the other one. What is it?
Contact other plane.
contact this plane.
It's the one August had.
Summon Celestial.
That is what it is. It is contact other plane.
Yeah.
But we are the other plane.
You are and you aren't, which is why
But
it could work.
also, that doesn't matter because the wording is you contact someone from another plane.
Yeah.
They don't necessarily have to be on the other plane.
Okay, try it.
Yeah.
And you can contact like dead sages, mysterious beings. It's like big. Now, I do have to go get a scroll for that. So we'd have to go into the city.
Yeah, because it is a warlock wizard spell.
Yeah, it's 5th level. So it's not high level, so they would probably have it, but do we want to try that or are we still brainstorming? Because if anyone
Yeah,
else has
I don't have a
thought
better
on
idea.
how to, the issue is figuring out whether or not that's where he is. Because if he's not, then we don't need to waste the trip. If he is, then we should probably kill him as our next checklist point, right?
I love the wording.
We don't know that other fuckhead is dead, right?
No, we do not.
Who?
Kith Kalan.
Yeah,
Kith Kalan, because Nalahim killed Kith Kalan.
Yeah. No, Nalahim, not Nalahim.
Who
It
killed
was
Kith Kalan?
Shirok.
Dragon. Yeah, Shrug.
Oh, Shirok killed Kith. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
Sharat killed Kith Kalan, which
Now,
is
out of
true.
character,
I'll
we
ask it in
know.
character. I'll ask it in
Out
character.
of character,
What about,
we know that Shirok and Nalahim are second and third place with influence because we're first. But we don't know how
yeah,
they're
but
getting.
I mean, I still think
Shirok's
I'm
just
gonna
going
ask
around
in
killing
character.
people.
I'm gonna ask in character. What about that Kith Kalan guy? He's still there, isn't he?
I don't know anything about him besides the fact that he exists.
Oh well, he's also upset with us. Didn't somebody killed say Kith Kalan is coming for you or something?
Did they?
I believe so.
Who would that have been? Oh, is it the portal we closed?
I think it
I
was
think
the
so.
mantis.
Oh, I think it was
It
Butterfly
was the
Lady.
big. Yeah.
I mean, he's still out there.
But if that means his forces are involved in the war, though.
Yeah.
We have not seen any indication that Nalahim is acting.
I think he should be a priority, but I'm also saying we should keep in mind that there is other entities out there.
Plus, I mean, we have no idea what Shirok was before he was imprisoned. It's entirely possible he has a spark. If anything, it's likely. With Torngeth,
I think
no.
the
Does
worst part about
Torngeth have
Shirok
one?
is that we can't see him.
Does Torngeth have one? If he does, then he should know if Shirok has one, right?
I looked at Rivoli. I want to see if does he react in any way when Hessel does that.
Sorry, what was that? I was reading.
I said, does Rivoli ask or react in any way when Hessel says, "Does Torngeth have a spark?"
Yeah, like if Torngeth has one, he would know if Shirok would have one, right?
Yeah, and I want to see what Rivoli's reaction is.
He doesn't move much. He doesn't.
Because he isn't worshipped per se, but I mean, he's been king for who knows how long. People have faith in their kings, and he's been around a while.
I mean, it's
Really
worth
kinda
asking.
goes, oh, I never really thought about it. He could have one.
And if you mentioned that. Oh no, that was out of character. That says if you have one, you can tell if someone else has one, and they're stronger than you.
Yeah.
Because, well, either way, if he has one, he should know if Shirok has one, right?
Well, I mean, he knows that we exist, right? We can just go ask him right now.
Yeah, but we also, where is he right now? Is he hanging out in the castle
I
where
assume
he's
so.
not the king?
That is correct.
He's just chilling.
I mean, nobody knows because nobody knows the existence of him. Nobody knows that mountain is his throne room. So
It's all confusing, man.
Yeah.
All right, here's what I think.
Listen, we can go to bed and just.
Well, we have it a day ahead of us, right?
You are halfway through the day.
I think we should walk to Torngeth to talk to him anyways. And on the way, pick up a scroll of contact other plane just to try.
You do have to pass through the city too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we can just pick up the scroll on the way, like Twig said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's do that.
And get some gossip in at the same time.
I mean,
Yeah, just hear what people are saying. Like, are they just living their lives, or are they like questioning, like, why do we live in this city? What are all those big spires? What's
why
the
does
castle
everything
on
have
the
a
hill?
dragon motif?
Why are there just
I
dragons
swear I woke
around?
up. I swear I woke up late this morning for work, but I can't remember where I work.
Yeah, so I want to see if that is what's happening, or if people are just living while we're walking.
Oh, certainly, yeah. There's a huge gap in understanding. A lot of people seem confused. There's a large group of like as you get into the middle of the city, where like towards where you want to go to the shopping districts, there's just like carts upon cart upon cart, like in a circle around the tower that sits in the center of the city, just gawking up at it.
Oh dear.
And all of the guards that are normally there are not.
Uh-oh. That's not good.
All right, let's just hope the magic shop's open.
But yeah, you get to the more shopping districts of the area and find a proprietor selling scrolls. They as you open the door, they're like haphazardly like counting out a set of coins and then scooping it back into their drawers and then counting out these coins again. They're like, I know I was supposed to pay something today. I can't remember what it is.
No.
Oh, I hate to interrupt, so I'll let you get back to your...
Sorry, yes, welcome. How can I help?
just looking for a scroll, one that can help us contact people that extraplanar-ly.
I might have what you desire. Can you roll me 3 D100s? And if even one of them is over 50, they'll have one.
81.
81. I actually have 2 of those. Oh,
How much?
here, 1 moment, and he goes to pull out his abacus. I believe. Nope, it's in this folder over here. Could have sworn. Consumables, a 5th level scroll. 700 each.
I mean,
700
if it
gold
works,
pieces each.
yeah, if it works, it's kind of a big deal. I'll take both.
Very well, 1,400 gold pieces, please.
I paid up.
Yeah.
And write it down to remember when I have my actual character sheet.
Yeah. He's. I have a strange question.
Go ahead.
Who's the dragon on the gold pieces? He looks so familiar, but I've never met a dragon in my life.
Well, you are a shopkeeper.
Is
And
it
you
anybody? I mean, dragons like gold, right? It might just be like a motif.
and you are a shopkeeper. You certainly have handled these coins for years, if not decades.
Very true, but I don't know. Maybe I'll go see a cleric later today. My mind's been real muddled. I've been
Good luck with that.
taxes. Who
Worst
am
case-
I paying taxes to?
Listen,
I mean-
worst case scenario, maybe it'll all clear up tomorrow, right?
I mean,
That's a good look at it.
I'm a cleric.
Can you tell me what's wrong with me? Is it an affliction of some sort? Have I been cursed? Did I buy something cursed again?
Is there something I can check, like see if there's any curses on them?
I mean, you can
Even
Yes.
unrelated.
remove curse, but
Do I have remove curse prepared? I do.
Hey!
I'll cast remove curse.
there's a blinding flash of light, and you see a ring fly off of his finger and stick into the floorboards in front of you.
That might help.
Unrelated, but still cursed. See?
Yeah.
I don't feel any different, but I suddenly feel much like I can breathe again. It still doesn't remind me of who the dragon is and who I'm paying taxes to. But I feel like I might have been cursed there.
Judging by the ring that has just embedded itself into the floor, yes, you were.
Oh, my
I'm not
lucky
putting that back
ring!
on.
And he goes to reach for it.
I'm gonna stop him. No,
No, that was cursed.
that is the cursed object.
Oh,
And perhaps that was the source of your malady, and I'm sure that tomorrow things will make more sense.
right. It does take a second to recover from.
And
No
Carl,
ring. No
why don't
ring.
you- No ring, of course. But why don't you go enjoy the lovely sunny day outside? It is winter, but it is still beautiful.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I
I'm half
will.
tempted to just put that ring in a garbage can.
Can I have my ring back? It's
No.
Can I slap the
It's
shopkeeper
cursed.
for
make
Do not slap
like
the shopkeeper!
make either a persuasion or an intimidation check.
Is
Let's
this,
make an intimidation check.
Is this shopkeeper by any chance a hobbit?
No, it's cursed. Don't do that.
He's a portly kobold.
Cool.
Well,
12. Give me my ring back and I'll call the guards.
Can I just
Rough.
hit the spot on the floorboards with the ring embedded with the sledgehammer?
You roll an intimidation check. Okay, that's
That
more.
works.
That's more of what I. It's just gonna.
I said, no ring. The ring was cursing you.
Oh, I see. You just want to be paid. Fine, keep the ring. Next time I ask a cleric for help. Turn
Oh,
the
sure.
snoot.
That's exactly the reason.
Snoot up. A little like curl of smoke comes out of their nostrils as they
Mhm.
march themselves behind the counter.
Have a lovely day.
You have a
Destroy
lovely
that.
day. And he kind of shoots his eyes at the the Eric Hokra and the Beast folk that have.
Can someone please destroy this ring so we don't have to remove a curse from the shopkeeper again?
I mean,
As,
destroyed, I don't know, but I can throw it away.
as we are leaving, I'll just be like, let me take a look at it once we get to the the location we're headed to, and then I'll see what we can do about it.
Do we by chance have a way of carrying it where it doesn't have to be on a person?
I open up the bag of holding.
I was gonna say, yeah. Who is holding it right now? Betty.
I'm not touching it because I've
Uh,
had
I feel
enough
like
cursed shit
Saywin
in my life.
would be. I could mage hand it, pick it up off the floor, and
I would.
no,
I
someone
think Mage Hand.
someone picked it up.
oh yeah. So I guess it would probably be Saywin, because Saywin was the last person to.
I was like,
I slammed the hammer down on it.
I could have sworn Betty said she picked it up.
I didn't. I mean, I'll take it. Sure.
Okay. Hold
I
on.
didn't say that, but I'll take it.
What? Maybe I misheard in the
No.
panic.
I'm not saying that as an aggressive thing. I'm just saying I did not say that, but I will take it to resolve this conflict.
Well,
I
yeah,
said, can someone take the ring, so that we can, or can someone destroy
maybe,
it? And it's like, well,
that's
we
what the
can take
mistake.
it.
Yeah, maybe that was what my mishearing was. Because
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So then I'll just
Betty immediately said I will, and then probably wasn't talking about that.
No.
and then okay. So I guess I will. I'll just mage hand it into my bag of holding.
Okay, so
Yeah.
the events play sort of similar, but yeah, I was envisioning. Yeah.
Ah, fuck it. Not my
No.
bag of holding, because then I'd have to stick my actual hand in there and pull it out. Into my just coin purse, and just
Okay.
because that way I could just physically pull it out with my
Okay.
hand.
It is on your person. Can you make me a charisma saving throw?
Aha!
That's
But
what I.
is it-
That's what I was trying to figure out.
Is it a charm effect?
Yes.
Excellent. I have advantage. Wait. I need to check.
Yeah, no, I'm making a habit of not touching things that are not good for me.
Advantage on persuasion, deception, persuasion, charisma saves, and cannot be moved from my current plane. Okay. That none of that applies, but I do have advantage. 2d20 KH1 plus 12. Don't fuck it up. Not
I
20!
think that's good.
Yeah. Yeah, you know the ins and outs of this ring. It's telling you it's a ring of luck and then it will bring you fortune, but it slowly saps your stamina.
Oh.
Um,
So we just saved that guy from certain death.
probably.
Nice.
All right, he'll be better in the morning.
Yeah, it lets you act as if you are under the effects of bless, but every day that you finish a long rest, your maximum hit points decreases by 1.
Ooh.
Oh. So Would the individual that was wearing it be classified as a commoner? Or are they a little better than a commoner?
They were a little better than a commoner, but not much so. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that would have been, maybe a week.
Yeah.
If we're lucky and they had double a commoner's HP.
Yeah.
Yeah, that not good. That
But you pocket your ring of luck.
Ring of
Fuck.
luck.
quote luck.
Yeah. All right. You gather your scrolls and your ring, and you make your way across the city, up the up the long winding road that leads to the base of the lift, where no one is. It has been abandoned. It is not in bad condition, but the 15 or 20 people that guarded on the way up and then operated are not here.
Let's all go to the mountain.
So, how are we getting up this? I'm assuming.
Not working.
Everyone has a way to fly, right?
Yes.
I can also carry someone. I think actually anyone can carry someone.
I'd prefer not to.
Well, do you need someone to carry you?
No, I've got it. And I will cast polymorph on myself and turn into a starling. So,
I pop my wings.
Okay.
because
Pop my wings that are already there.
everybody can fly easily except for me because I need polymorph.
Man, I wish I had my guitars set up.
Yeah,
I
Rena
would just start
also
playing the Iron Man theme.
Rena also polymorphs, but into an eagle so she can move fast. It is an arduous flight without this, the lift. Because the lift sort of makes your knees buckle as you go up it because it's so fast. And it's still about a minute ride. This is like 15 to 20 minutes of flying up.
Oh boy.
We need somebody to start playing the lark ascending.
Yeah, because it's well over a mile up.
Oh,
Yeah. So
How? I'm trying to think of who's the slowest person. that we
probably
have.
me still.
How fast does Willow fly?
40.
Okay, that's the same as Saywin. All right, so
Manu is actually faster than Willow.
yeah.
40, that's 6 2/3 feet every second. Hang on, I'm doing math. 13 and a quarter, or 13 minutes and 15 seconds.
Yeah.
Roughly.
It takes a bit to get up.
That's for a mile. You said this was over a mile?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like half an hour we'd all get up there eventually.
Yeah,
That would be about 2 miles up.
Somewhere
Yeah.
in the 15 to 20 minute range.
Okay.
That's a good thing polymorph lasts an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course, I'm the one to bring out the calculator and check the math on.
Of course you are.
So,
You're the
fuck me.
physicist.
but
No, I'm the engineer.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
So like an engineer to correct. No. All right. But yeah, you make your way up to the entrance. Where you meet, well, meet is a strong word. You see the back of a large blue and red dragon. You hear a light just
Blue
a
and red?
a rumbling snore.
Do we know this dragon?
I don't know, do you?
A blue and
Yeah.
red dragon?
A red dragon with a big blue stripe down his back.
Is that Torrigan?
Yeah.
Okay, I just thought he was all red.
No.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I've always described him as his
I-
signature look is like a racing stripe of like glittering blue.
Okay, that's cool. I've always just zeroed in on the red part.
That's why I struggle to call him a red dragon.
Fair enough.
I am going to be honest, I completely forgot about Torgast's coloration.
Dude,
I
don't
mean,
worry.
this is a good point. Do we? How exhausted is everyone? Do we just want to crash and talk to him in the morning?
How long have we been awake for?
I don't know.
Certainly not long enough to justify a long rest.
No. When was the last long rest?
I mean, technically, this is a new day. But
It is now noon on the
28th.
28th. Yeah. So you've been up. Your meeting was in the morning of the 27th.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it didn't seem very long for you, but you were in that mythal for quite a while, technically.
Oh, what was he?
Okay.
What was Rivali talking about? Where he was like, "Oh, you're."
Yeah, you were back before. He thought it was going to take 48 hours.
Oh,
Yeah, and it took you like 20.
Okay.
So he just
You know what? It is nap time. Fuck it. But I'm not going back down there.
Well, we have rooms up here.
Betty just flies out and says, "Why? All our shit's up here."
All right, I'm gonna go find the guest room that I've been sleeping in, and I'm gonna crash.
Yeah.
Likewise.
To the bedrooms.
Claudia.
It'll be a better idea for me to use this scroll once she remembers me, anyways.
Yes. Probably.
I'm still gonna try and find Claudia and just let her know that we're alive. Because even though Torrigan is napping, she may not be. So
You go into the war room and she's pulled a chair up to the balcony windows that are out there, and she's just curled up with a blanket.
Oh,
I'll try and adjust it to make sure it covers her.
Yeah.
No, I'll go to bed. That being said, I am gonna have a fucking conversation in the night.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
marital dispute.
Yippee!
Mhm.
Yippee! Betrayal!
Not betrayal.
Real.
I swore that if you told anyone, Pelor would smite me.
Still gonna have the conversation.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean it's gonna lead to that.
Well, I will die.
well, I guess my ass is grass.
Dude, you've already survived one attempted smiting. I don't think
Well-
you can.
I don't think Torringeth is Pelor.
He's not.
I think if Pelor smites me, an island goes away.
That's true.
This is true.
Do I see Synthreal? I imagine we pass out pretty quickly.
Yeah, you all find your rooms. You've got the oh god, what did I call it? The something suite. Whatever.
Diplomat?
Diplomat suite, yeah, that you have. So yeah, you all find beds, find yourself comfortable. And yeah. You all doze off. It's been a long, hard-fought day. You technically have not had a long rest since.
This is where we level up.
This is where you level up technically. Yeah, y'all have not had a long rest since you lost Hessel. So
Yeah.
That was a while ago.
yeah, it's been a minute. So
Yeah.
roughly 30 hours.
It's not too bad.
Yeah. You pulled an all-nighter.
Yeah.
So yeah. You find yourselves pulling sheets up, grabbing things to cover your eyes once again to ignore the all-encompassing, all obnoxious light that lets you see inside your eyelids, that lets you that keeps you from getting a decent day's rest. But
So before I go to bed, I'll unattune from my armor and attune to my cape of whatever the fuck.
okay.
Alacrity.
Yeah.
I did want to say, Saylin, you have a trash item, right? Your holy symbol. Are you still attuned to that?
The symbol of divine reach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should take the +2 cloak of protection.
Sure.
It's +2 to AC and +2 to all saving throws.
Brandon's gonna hate
You
me.
will have to custom make it because it technically doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Cloak of protection is +1, so
Yeah.
you just have to copy the item and then change it to +2.
Damn. All right.
But yes,
Anyways,
you monster tweak.
well, I just remember you still had a bad item because I was thinking about like, man, I would use that if I didn't have a cloak already. Since I'm just using a normal ring of protection, then I was like, well, Saylin has a pretty bad item.
I mean, the symbol of divine reach isn't too bad, but I keep forgetting to use it half the time. So
Yeah.
let's do the cloak of protection.
Cloak of plus. Cloak of
Cloak of
plus,
greater protection. Yeah.
Cloak of +2 to the middle finger to the DM.
Listen, I'm just gonna have to use more unerring strikes. We're finally in the range where things do that.
That is true.
I can't crit, but I can hit you every time.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Let me at him, man. Let August at him.
Yeah, Thor had unerring strikes, and y'all were like, "Wait a minute, wait a minute, I don't want to do that."
Oh yeah, right.
Oh yeah.
Who was it? It was three of us fought. It was Defender.
It was Cora, and I can't
Cora,
remember.
Defender, and I think August fought.
Yeah, he hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. My favorite part of that whole Council of the Gods thing from last campaign was when August, Tweak's character, gave was like, "What god will sponsor me?" But he'd already pissed off Mistra, so she wasn't gonna do it. And was it Cord was like, "I'll do it if you can take one punch from me."
Yeah.
And Cord punched straight through his stomach and was like, "Okay, you're good."
Yeah. Yeah, you just had to make that save or
Yeah, I
die.
remember
Or
that.
die. Yeah, that was the save or die heart punch. But sleep is hard to find, but it does come. Since one of you asks for it. Betty,
Yes.
your dreams are met with magical darkness that helps you sleep. You feel the shadows
Yay.
curl from inside your eyes to cloak them from the inside out, and darkness finds you, and so does sleep. You find yourself once again on your lovely large circular marital bed. The floating candles above you dancing around in the slow rhythmic pattern. Cynthriel is sitting at the table once again, reading another raunchy mortal written love story, romance novel that he's found along his travels, with a large glass of wine. As soon as you appear there, you hear the snap of the book and the clink of crystal on glass.
Oh, tell me what it was.
So, he looks at it. Some of these folks are so strange. They think if you write about a woman loving a woman, that makes it incredibly erotic. It is erotic, but it doesn't add much to it. It's just a normal Tuesday, right? Am I wrong?
It's enough that you're reading it.
I'm reading it because I have it. I read one.
I roll insight on that.
Yeah, read one.
Also, ooh, Brandon being political.
14. He goes, if you want a weird one, and he grabs through like 5 or 6 that he's clearly read through in the last few days and throws you one, and it's a Romeo and Juliet story about a Githzerai and a and an Illithid.
Oh, it is.
This is oddly relevant. Thank you.
He's like, it's got that like enemies to lovers sort of, with like this weird sprinkling of almost bestiality sort of. It was weird. Clearly they have some very specific fringe interests, and he does like fingers in front of his face.
But it was weird. That's something, right?
He goes, it's not well written either. This one's more well
Oh,
written.
I'm sure it's not.
But it's just.
Boring.
I mean, it's well written. I like the characters. So, about our little sinner. What's he doing?
All right. I gotta ask you a question first. And it's something I've been wanting to ask you for a while. And really, I didn't really get around to it. And I don't think it's an odd question to ask. But I think you're gonna get a pretty good idea of where this is going.
I hope so. Shoot. What's
How did you ascend?
Oh. I'm not supposed to say that.
Well, I'm not supposed to know a couple of things, and you're not supposed to know this, so.
He looks around, walks over to you, drapes his cloak over you, and pulls you into a kiss. And he goes,
Okay.
This is the deepest I can bring you. I stole my godhood
From who?
He pulls out from the kiss and goes, I don't know what you mean. What are you talking about?
Okay.
There's books. There's many books here.
Those are some good books. Do you have any relevant topics?
You hear, yes, Cynthia, what books do you have today? And the room goes dark and cold as the candles blow out. And you see a long, tall figure of a woman with a porcelain mask.
Oh no!
What books do you have today, Cynthia? My dear Raven Queen, how has your night been? I'm sure you've ushered many souls on. She just steps forward one. He's like, I didn't say anything I'm not allowed to say. You cannot bring me to court for this one. And she just goes, this one's fate is tied rather close. An ascension sits on the horizon. Maybe even her own. Do
Tell you
not
this, I have
pull
no.
through. The eyes snap to you and your voice disappears.
Okay. Fair enough.
She just goes, shh. I cannot influence fate. And you cannot tell me that you do not look for it. That's how it comes to you. Your voice comes back to you. Remember this, Cynthia. You've done something that has already angered many others. Many times already. Don't push your luck just because you sit here in the dark fringe. Enjoy your books. Enjoy your night. And as you go to focus back on her face, what was once a standing form of a woman is now just a tall pillar with a potted plant on top of it.
I had to step away for a second. Are we getting reprimanded by our respective?
No, it's just Synthriel. It's just Synthriel.
Synthriel's getting reprimanded by what appears to be his respective.
Oh,
Yeah.
well then,
Yeah!
the plot thickens.
He just goes,
Just gonna look
Do you
at him
see what I
incredulously.
do you understand what I'm talking about?
What the fuck was that?
Because we're not supposed to talk about it. It's
I have
very...
never seen you this flustered. It's amazing.
I am not a large god. She was...
No, I know you're
she's
not.
giant. He goes, hey,
Why was she here?
she can be anywhere she wants to be.
I mean,
That's
I know
the-
she can, but
There are certain...
how much information can you give me?
There are certain words that pique their interests, and though they have a mortal form, their eyes are infinite. I'm on the shit list for many a thing. She does not give me quite such a hard time because her and I are kindred spirits, as it were.
Betty's eyes narrow. I see. I think I understand.
He nods up and down.
Okay. I don't know if I'm ever going to get that full story, but that's
If
okay.
you can schmooze your way up high enough, I'm sure one of them will happily tell you once you're ascended yourself. However, I don't recommend it, honestly, dear. My boss's
I'm gonna-
boss's boss wants my balls in a vice forever for what I've done. And I get away with it because my boss's boss's boss, his boss, thinks I'm cool. So just we'll leave it at that.
There's a lot
All
of
right.
layers in this. I don't know if we can unpack all these
And
layers.
There
I
are
just want to, I just want to reassure you that I value my freedom more than most things in this world. So let me tell you
Good.
that the interest I have in this little endeavor is very little.
Oh, but that makes you such a great candidate. That's the worst part of it. The comedies and tragedies of the great astral beings above you like to play unfair. And those who wish to confine themselves to a cage find it hard to find. Those who wish for true freedom, and he like gestures to himself, find themselves locked up.
I mean this no disrespect, but I hope that I can see through the idea that this is something that I want. I don't know what promises they could make me that would make this entertaining enough for me to even consider.
You don't want it, darling. It's not
No,
worth
I
it.
don't.
The
That's what I'm saying.
the immortality is nice when you have others around you. Books are a great substitute for quite a long time, but not forever.
How old are you?
I don't think your way of calculating celestial movements was around when I had an age.
Interesting.
I'm not.
Has much changed for you in terms of viewing people, or is it kind of the same thing, just patterns?
Oh, no, a fair amount has changed. I don't think I was one of the first elves, but I was certainly up there. I was respected by many, hated by many more. Things have certainly changed. Things have certainly repeated. It's kind of frustrating, I must admit.
Yeah.
But let's say
I have a genuine question for you.
I'm somewhere north of 40.
Okay, I'll take that as an answer. Mainly because Willow's 3,000, so that makes you seem young.
Excuse you, Willow is like 3,500.
Betty is not going to go into exact numbers.
No, but Maddie is. So.
Yeah.
Yes. If you want to go by elf years and not seem like a creep, I'm like somewhere north of 400. But then he kind of gestures to his long form. He's just like,
Yeah.
I'm not exactly an elf anymore.
What was it? Can I ask you, and again, tell me when I'm overstepping the boundaries?
I
What
simply
was it
won't
like for
answer.
you? Yes, that's fine. What was it like for you to go from one to another? Mortal to...
I would say It was exhilarating at first, but then time became meaningless. And I simply stopped being what I was and became Cynthia.
That makes sense.
I don't know how long the transition took. For me, it was mere moments. But if I think back on it, I think I stood here probably some 4,000 years.
That's got to be a rough amount of time.
I was hiding, so
I
I
mean,
just
yeah, still,
stayed.
that's boring.
I stayed hiding for quite a while. I thought if I moved, I might shatter. I remember that.
But you didn't, which is good.
Didn't. And I'm all the better for it. I do wish I had someone
No.
like you around when I was there. That would probably have been more fun.
Well, I'll stay around as long as you need me or want me. But I might rescind that immortality thing.
You see a twinge in his eye, and he goes,
Oh,
very well.
Again, as long as you need me, as long as you want me. But like I said, freedom is important.
Freedom is what matters to me. Why I did not tie you here. I did not want another, well, Cynthia. That would be too much for any universe I ever existed in.
But I'll make the impact while I can, and I'll hug him.
oh.
You feel like he shrinks a foot when he hugs you back.
No. Now, who hates you the most? That's what I want to know.
Oh, everybody. They hate my
Oh,
guts.
mood.
I took from the elves and I took from the prime gods. I carved out a tiny little slice between the moon and the sun. And so everyone within the light and everyone within the shadows despises me for getting an excellent seat.
That's a unique spot to be in.
So Hanin's not too happy with me. Pelor doesn't like that I hide in his light. And I do it so efficiently.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm writing notes.
No, you're okay. He's looking out into the distance and the moonless sky that he has.
Musing on all of the people who hate him and want him dead.
Yeah. Now, I'm not suggesting anything. I'm merely asking a question. What would be your opinion on giving it up? Because it doesn't seem like you're happy.
That's the thing, is you can't go back. If I gave it up, I simply stop existing and something else takes my place. So I make the best of what I do and I make my own fun in it. I get worshipped by those who stick to the shadows. For good or for ill, the places that moonlight does not touch are my domain.
So aside from Miss Little Stoneface there, not that I have anything against her, but got any other friends? I just want to hear gossip. That's my main thing.
Oh boy.
You know how I am.
I've got gossip. I don't have many friends. I would call her an acquaintance, as I keep my mouth shut, and she knows I will. But I think he begins to regale you with tales of how he's thwarted people in the past, how he's got a rivalry with Loki. An ongoing game to steal stuff from the prime deities. But that is that is for your your imagination to run wild.
Yeah. I just want to mention one more thing, and then maybe we can have a more in-depth conversation about it later. But the whole point for me even doing this was to go to Seacrest and to find out that King Eric did exactly what you did, but he fucked up.
Lots of people tried to do what I did.
Yeah, I'm just shocked that you were able to succeed.
I
And
didn't aim for someone so all-encompassingly powerful. I simply took what I took from a thief.
in the Elven
Mm.
Kingdom.
One who had absconded to did not belong. Was siphoning power where there should not have been a split. And I was punished for their crime brought to light.
Can you tell me more about this individual? Do you know much more about this individual?
I, unfortunately, am them now. So, what'd you like to know about me?
Isn't it wonderful? Transmigration of deities. It's so good.
What were you siphoning from? How did you siphon power that you even needed to do this?
He just shakes his head. I can tell you other things. I can't tell you that.
Okay.
But the camera pans away. That's gonna be a cycle of continuously not being able to tell you things.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get more relevant information as to what's going on with our problems.
There's not much there that's relevant.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I will let him tell me things throughout the night.
Yeah.
And ideally get rested in the morning. Aside from that, that's the
Hessel.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
What did I do?
You wake up just as you fall asleep. Like, you get that jolt feeling of falling as you wake up and find yourself in a lovely, well packaged, like down bed. However, this is not where you fell asleep, and it wasn't so fucking bright. It was that flat white light that you saw. No, this is the all-encompassing warmth of the sun.
Uh-oh.
So, I hear you've been having meetings.
Been trying to broaden my horizons, yeah.
Certainly. And things that I'm not allowed to hear. What did Ravuli tell you?
It is unfortunately bound by oath. To you, actually.
Yes. Oh, good, then you can tell me.
If I did, you would literally have to kill me.
I'll revive you. Don't worry. I'll put everything right back where it was.
Kind of like cocks his head for a second, like, huh. I didn't really think that was a workaround. Oh,
He goes, I've had to smite people as a show before. If you're quick
man,
enough.
I really don't. Oh, that's gonna be unfortunate. All right, sure, I'll tell you. All right, well, and then I'll summarize that basically, we are concerned that Nalahim and what's her face? How do I always forget her name? It's the
Malcanthet.
easiest one. Malcanthet. Have divine sparks, and that there's ways to get them that are not finding them. So it makes sense that they would have them, especially Malcontent.
His whole tone of warm sunlight shifts to like a steely blue. Do you have a source from which Ravuli got this information?
Not specifically. It didn't seem to be. If I had to guess, I think it was an educated guess that seems to be likely correct. What I will say, I think. All right. I think as unfortunate as learning about this might be, or I guess you probably likely knew, as unfortunate as the fact that this information exists might be, the fact is that this war might be us all deciding who the next god's going to be.
Oh, don't worry. We've seen an ascension on the horizon for quite some time. And it won't be one of the Abyssal Lords. And he leans down to you. And in doing so, he's on his throne above you, on this pedestal above you, but he leans and towers over you, and you watch as the room distorts and gets bigger to accommodate him leaning like 100 or so feet down to you. And it's this weird, like, he gets bigger as he gets closer, and he gets hotter as he gets closer. but the room
All right,
keeps
all right, all right.
expanding outwards.
I don't know how often you have audiences, but I'd like to remind you that your face is a sun.
He puts a hand on your shoulder and he goes, once this information is no longer of use to you, you won't remember anything. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw with disadvantage.
Oh.
Okay. I mean, I'll make it, but I'm also fine just letting him do that because, yeah, sure.
Listen, he doesn't
Sure.
know. He knows he can trust you, but humans are tricksy creatures. You can say that you fail if you wish
Oh,
to.
sure. Yeah, I'll let it happen.
Yeah. You can always choose to say, and he's sort of shocked by this. He's just like, very, very well. We sort of, I can say this now that as you feel this like magic wash over you and sort of encapsulate this area of information. Yes. Everything else will continue to make sense to you, but this section here, there's a moratorium on it. We can't go letting the world fall into chaos simply because the way that the spark of life was made was simply a fracturing, a millionth of a spark of divinity. The fact that we can make them, as he watches his face become slightly visible as on the tip of his finger a small sun comes into life. And you feel that draw, that impulse in your soul to reach out towards it. He pulls it away from you as your hand just instinctively goes up towards it. This is corruption at its prime. It's why only those we trust to have them should have them. It's why we gather them. It's why we keep them from falling into the wrong hands where we can. But chaos has a way of slipping through the cracks. He grabs it in his hand and crushes it. He watches the life comes back to him. Don't let it eat you. It may be bright, but darkness sits deep.
So what's our alternative? You claim a demon lord won't claim it, but then who will?
We already have some of our best operatives on it. I assure you. Keep playing your part, and we will run interference in the best way that demon slayers can. It gives you a warm smile, and finally the room shifts back from that cool blue to the rich yellow warmth of the sun. I knew I chose well, but you surprised me still, Hessel.
I'm deep in thought, but then I suddenly remember something and I'm like, oh, yeah, that's right. All right, let's get it over with. Smile at me.
And for a brief moment in Hessel's bedroom, the bed explodes.
Do the rest of us hear this?
You all hear a dull thump as his bed reconstitutes. To everyone else in the castle, it sounds like someone dropped a heavy tone. But for a fraction of a second, Hessel plastered the walls with his bedposts.
Oh my god.
Willow.
Oh fuck! I thought I was safe. Oh, no.
Willow. You wake up to the smell of ocean spray up a high cliff. You sit, feet dangling off the precipice. The smell of sea salt with that hint of fish hits your nose as both a comforting and terrifying thought. You've been here before. Just then you hear a cry of help from behind you. A woman, sickly weak, a rasp in her throat. Help me, please. Just this quiet whisper over the ocean spray.
I turn around.
You turn to face a woman in this dark green shawl. Hand outstretched, black as night. She carries something in her arms. She shouts again, "Help me!"
I will walk towards her, but while I do so, can I analyze the situation? What's happened?
Sure, make a perception check.
I would love to make a perception check because I'm deeply untrusting of this entire situation.
She's beginning to crawl towards you in a hobbled, anguished manner.
17.
17. She carries something in her left arm and is trying to reach out to you. Shape and consistency and swaddling technique. You recognize the left arm as holding a baby.
What is it that you would require of me?
As she gets within reach of you, her right arm turns to ash.
Oh!
And hits the ground. And you see, for just a faint moment, within the dark green velvet shawl that she wears, two piercing green eyes on a background of stars. Her skin fading into ash as she drops the baby lifeless. There was no saving her. Saywin.
Hi.
I saved you for last because it was a little bit more upbeat. You find yourself sitting in that great oak tree that whistles the beat of 100 instruments. Standing with a long conductor's wand, sits a familiar short humanoid form.
Is it Zephyr?
With the strange green and black striped hair up in the two buns. You find her seemingly waiting for you, because as she sees you, she turns around and continues moving her hand like she's conducting the winds. And it does seem much more in tune than it did when you last heard it.
Sounds a bit more like a melody now.
Well, someone does have to actually play it to get it to sound like this.
So the whole tree is an instrument.
It is.
Oh.
Why'd you do that before?
Oh, the asking if you would give me a moment alone.
Yeah, I mean,
So hoping to get some information from the dragon we were talking to about divine sparks, and they are concerned about repercussions back on them from the gods.
that would be a point of contention. Though it's sort of a sore topic for most. Okay, I was worried that
No.
that was. I mean, I certainly wanted to hear what he had to say, but as long as you weren't trying to. You're not searching for divine sparks, are you?
I'm not.
That's good.
But hey, it's apparently what was the demon lord that we helped that
Malcanthet.
not
Nalahim.
Malcanthet,
Nalahim.
Nalahim. Apparently Nalahim seems to be collecting them. So seems like we need to handle Nalahim.
She goes, that is a great suggestion. Nalahim seems to be the biggest contender here because they keep undercutting everybody. And I don't think that's quite in the sport of all this. I know that war's not a sport, but like, play by the rules at least. Come on. She just gives a big grin.
So that begs the question, what are the rules of this whole situation?
She crosses her arms. She goes, but you've been playing the game. You know the rules.
To a degree, but I don't fully understand. Beyond someone has to take the throne in the abyss.
If we want a return to status quo, someone does need to take the throne. And whoever has the most influence doesn't have the final say. There will still be contention. But they do have influence. And if you have a candidate that you want to take that place, well, they'll find it easier to do so. Of course, you'll still have to, back them and assist them until changes are settled. But someone does have to take that seat.
That seems like a problem.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. It'd be like if Pelor didn't have a Pelor. Who's gonna control the sun? It's gonna make sure that the sun rises and the moon sets. Who's gonna make sure all the stars sparkle in the night sky?
So does that put the demon lords on the same level as the gods?
In their abyss, yeah. They're the gods of the abyss. They're the abyssal princes. We can't call them kings because, like, they're not, you know, they're not quite gods. If they have ascended to godhood, then maybe we'd have a problem, but, you know.
So if Nalahim is trying to ascend to godhood by taking this throne,
Then
what
the abyss would
what
have a
would
king,
happen?
I think. Right? I don't think that's ever happened.
Would that cause substantial upheaval in
I don't
all
know.
the planes?
Oh, no. I think it certainly would change how the abyss works, but
I mean, if the abyss has a king, wouldn't that mean that they would be more organized?
no, the abyss can't be organized. They're where the rest of the chaos went. So if they're organized, then where does the chaos go, right?
The rest of the chaos? What happened to the not rest?
We brought order to it.
Oh, sorry, there's a lot happening here that
It's okay. I understand you are rather young, but some adventures did help in quelling the chaos. The wild chaos that was a certain individual. I don't know his name anymore.
the one whose throne they're fighting over now?
No. Before.
Even before that?
Yeah. Probably
Wa-
before you were
wa-
born.
Was this when you lost your voice?
No, I lost my voice way before that.
Okay, so not the first God's War, but the second?
I lost my voice then.
Oh,
No, just before you were born, there was a person. I don't think I'm allowed to know their name. I won't question it. But yeah, they were here and now they're not. But I don't think they're dead. Weird.
someone whose name you're not allowed to know.
Maddie's figured it out.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Figured it out immediately. I was like, yeah.
I'm gonna assume this ties into campaign 1.
I mean, yes, but yeah, this is all information you already have.
Oh God. Someone please fill in my absentee brain.
So Saywin doesn't know this because, granted, none of us know this. The answer is Tharzadoon.
Which one is Tharzadoon again?
Well, which one was Tharzadoon? He was the primordial chaos.
I'll be right back.
Oh, is
Yeah.
he the one that got shattered and made the Star Elves?
Yep, he's the one
Yes.
who got splintered into a billion star elves.
Okay.
Yeah, he was our big bad guy from last campaign.
Got it.
Our like second to last session was us killing him.
I
Well-
have horrible memory for things I have read and did not experience.
And you did read that and did not experience it, so.
Yeah. Sorry, I've been distracted because I keep smelling things that I do not know what's causing them, and they smell slightly like burning, but not actually.
Wow, I hope that's not the case.
Well, I've checked everything that is electrical at this point.
Yeah?
It's not the air conditioning. It's not like the best I can think of is that it's the heat coming off my computer, mixing with all of the air that's floating around that because of the AC and fan I have running. It's also not the fan. I did check. I did touch the fan, and it's not hot at all. So it's like, huh? What's going on?
Does this smell have a mapley sweetness to it every now and then?
No.
Okay.
Are you implying that it's the capacitor?
No, that is just literally the smell that comes off of AC units for me. Is a slightly rubbery, mildewy, maple syrupy smell. Every AC unit in my entire life has smelled like that, and I've never gotten someone else, except for my sister and my mom,
I
to
feel
be
like
able to smell
that
it.
may be a specific thing to the AC unit you have had, or
No,
do they
Oh,
still?
because I smelt it too. I smelt it too.
Yeah. Because
It-
the AC
It's
unit
a,
in my
it's a
room smells
specific,
like
it's
that.
a specific kind of residue that comes off of AC units. I know exactly what
Yeah.
Brandon's talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing that I'm
I
smelling,
don't, you're all crazy.
the thing that I'm smelling is it's like it smells warm,
Hmm.
but not in like a is something overheating sort of smell, but nothing I can find is overheating. So
Yeah.
it's like, okay, it's got to be like it's got to just be like hot dust coming off of my computer.
I
That's
was
the
gonna say,
only thing I can think of.
yeah. I was gonna say it might also be just dust coming from
Yeah,
your vents that because when was the last time that someone went in there with a deep clean?
I hope very recently. Knowing how apartment complexes are, probably not.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know. Yeah, it's just it could just be a smell of the apartment. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I do have to get used to that still.
yeah, because every
So-
apartment smells slightly different.
Yeah, and living in one place for 4 years and then not. It's like,
Yeah.
now there are new smells everywhere, and I'm confused and concerned. I also don't
Alex,
know how
that's
smells.
most.
I
That's
also
the
don't
most
know-
dog thing you've ever said.
I also don't know how smells carry in the building.
Yeah.
So, because like in the last place, it's like, oh, I know. Okay, something smells like burning.
It's probably
It's
a neighbor.
probably my neighbors.
Yeah.
Now it's like,
What smells like burning? I don't know.
I don't know.
yeah. The other thing is, it could also be a mattress because it is
Oh, it could be.
probably, or it's technically off gassing. But I did shove my face right next to it, and it didn't smell like anything. So
Who can say?
who's to say?
Oh, can know.
But
All right, let's get back to D&D. I have questions to pepper the universe with.
good
And by
lord,
pepper
yeah.
and by the
Yes.
universe, I mean the DM because he's not
Fine.
telling me anything.
No. Anyways, anywho.
You gave me something horrifying. You expect me just to take that?
Sure,
Absolutely.
you chose divination wizard. You get the horrifying things.
Yeah. So, but yeah. Also, is that pretty much what Zephyr
Yeah.
wanted to convey?
Yeah.
That it's like What happened? What was going on there, friend?
Yeah. She's worried you're getting into she's worried you're contacting the kids with the drugs.
No drugs.
No drugs for Saywin.
Are you sure?
Saywin is the boring child.
I'm straight edge, but not that straight edge, but straight edge.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I rolled my portents, got 2 12s and a 20.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
with Saywin being the last one, does that mean I can click the long rest button?
You all finish a long rest as you
Thank God.
do different things in your dreams, be it be jam out or be confused and horrified or.
I have a question.
Yes.
Because I was actually going to like say this as my next move, but I was stunned into silence. Could I have caught the baby?
As the baby fell out of the arms, the vision ended.
Okay, so there was no opportunity.
Yeah.
Okay,
Football punt the baby.
not football punt the baby.
Just fucking
Do it.
slide and kick him right off the cliff.
Oh no. I just remembered some really stupid thing
Oh
that
no.
falls in the same line as this.
Oh.
I think I was Monty Python had a sketch where one of the jokes was somebody soccer punting a baby.
Oh, certainly.
No, this was apparently the thing I got it from was a retelling of a deep fried meme,
Oh dear.
which was basically Yeetus the fetus.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or Dobby
It's like-
saying fetus deletus. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know
Oh,
why.
In the
it was-
before times.
In the before times.
God.
But yeah.
Remember when that wasn't even a deep fried meme? That was just a meme.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You all finish a long
Yeah.
rest and find yourselves awake to the sound of movement within the castle once again. As
And
while you were sleeping, the effects end
Woohoo!
of the lotus cherries. Yes. That's it.
Can
I will say.
just ask?
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna ask. Tialric's back in Bilgespire, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's where every
Yes.
NPC is.
Yeah.
Just trying to remember.
Yeah. Yeah, everyone but Ren. Oh yeah, I get to level up what's his name? Remus as well. It's his
Hey!
mission successful.
Yay! I'm glad his mission
Hooray!
was successful.
Forgot
As
he was
I
here.
am laying there, freshly smited,
Yeah. A smell of ozone filling your nose.
I assume connection might vaguely still be there, so I just want to ask a question. You were saying that there's an ascension on the horizon, but if there was a way for this to resolve without a god ascending, would you prefer that to happen?
As the connection fades. If fate can be defied, yes.
Oh
Okay,
shit.
I have some thinking. All right, let's continue. I get up.
So when Willow wakes up, immediately grabs a notebook and starts scribbling and sketching down what that was, and also just mulling it over in her brain, trying to think of any sort of tangible thread. Did the eyes look familiar? What is the theme of green and stars? Like, Matt has a theory, but
Your
it's
theory. I mean, if you have a theory, you might be correct.
I mean, I also have a theory. I think it's the same theory. So
I feel like it's
I
related
really
to
hope you guys do,
Renandula.
because I
Honestly,
have nothing.
I feel like it's related to Renandula because we've been chasing stars. Her whole fear, her whole
Oh,
Did
thing
Renandula
was
have green eyes?
green.
she
Yeah,
does.
yes,
she did.
she
Did I
also
Okay.
did I
fucking turned people to
recognize those
stone,
eyes?
and evaporating into ash is not the weirdest thing that's ever happened.
That's true.
Then let
Did
me
I
ask, actually,
can I think on it and did I recognize the eyes?
I mean, did you
I don't know if he's
recognize
gonna
the
give you a
eyes?
solid answer.
Motherfucker!
Yeah, Brandon, I have a
here's the
question.
question.
Yeah,
Well, didn't Renandola
Ask
have
your
4
question because mine's
daughters?
not important.
She did have
There's the 2 that are in the portal.
yeah.
There's
Rena.
Rena. Wasn't there a 4th one that died?
they thought that Rena died.
Okay, I thought there were 4 statues. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, there was an incomplete one and then 3 missing statues.
Okay. What was the incomplete one? That's my thought. Is that the incomplete one is the baby, and the baby is going to attempt to godhood.
That would be interesting. Unlikely, but interesting.
Brandon,
Yeah.
what was the best dirt I got on Paylor? Gossip wise,
I mean,
who did he piss off recently?
did Pelor piss off recently? I mean, that list is the list of things that God has done to
I
piss
just
other
want
people off
something
is
very innocuous. I don't want something serious.
I mean,
Did he insult Mistra's handbag? Like, what happened?
we all know that Pelor is a proud creature, and yeah, he does not know how to read a room. It's just constantly like foot in mouth.
Does he realize it though?
No,
Okay.
he thinks he's correct on that.
10 out of 10. Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted.
Yeah, but so Willow's having an antsy day today. This is gonna bother me for forever, honestly. Especially if I don't
Betty wants
figure
to
it out, which is an
Betty
entire
wants to talk about what happened to her, but now she feels like she's being watched not only by Centuriel, but
God.
also by a specific
You knew you
other.
were being watched by Cynthia.
Absolutely.
I know I'm being watched by
you are-
Centuriel, but I'm worried that I'm being watched by Centuriel's boss's boss's boss.
Yes. Almost certainly you are.
I'm having none of these self-intrusive thoughts. I just went straight to Torngeth.
Oh, I mean, I found Claudia immediately, but I'm still thinking about him.
Yeah, Willow would get ready and hustle to the prerequisite meeting room, but would be just every so often scribbling into her notebook, just trying to get down thoughts.
I mean, yeah, you all have to pass through the war room. All right. There you go. Man, I know he's a much lower level, but Travis's health is abysmal.
Oh, Travis.
Has he rolled like a 1 every single time or something?
For the most part, I just rolled 2 5s for him, so he went up by 10. But that means at level 11, he is 81 hit points.
Oh, Travis.
Is he a
It's not bad.
wizard?
Sorcerer.
Sorcerer.
Yeah.
Which is just about as bad as Wizard, honestly.
I mean, yeah, he's got decent con, but man, is everything else not great.
Mm-hmm.
So
A level 11 sorcerer. What is his con modifier?
there we go. +3.
That's higher than average. Average is apparently 79.
Just barely. Yeah, just barely.
Yeah.
Is the meeting ongoing right now, or is everyone kind of still like spread around?
There's not really a meeting per se. There are people in the war room having discussions. But
Okay.
there are still people cleaning things up, so the whatchamacallit, the yeah, the meeting is not everybody, but it's certainly it's certainly usable right now. So but Torngeth is there. Excuse me, Claudia is there. Erythides is there, and so is half of the attacking force. Some of them look worse for wear. Some of them have like big, long acid lash scars on their scales.
Mm-hmm.
They all survived.
Well, not everybody survived, but
All the main ones did?
all the ancient dragons did.
Okay.
Some of the adult dragons did not make it, but
Before we actually get a meeting going, I just kind of want to make my way over to Torngeth. Torngeth.
He looks down. Yes.
I think the answer is no. But do you have any of those fruits left over?
Yes. We destroyed them right after to make sure none got slipped or found their way out of the castle. So, unfortunately, no.
I know it was mentioned, but where were they acquired again?
Yes. In Pelor's Garden,
Okay. Okay.
just outside of the golden sanctuary that he calls home. It's a stretch of field of trees that grow all types of fruit in existence. The ones that grow on the water.
Okay. I'm brainstorming ideas right now, so it's good to know.
I would not chance it, but I will trust that you don't do anything foolish.
All right, let's get everyone together. I'm sure we have quite a bit to talk about.
Yes. Yes. Well, right now this is us. We will fill anyone else who is working on other things later, but the prime interests are here. So, whenever you are ready to share, we are ready to listen.
Presuming that all of my companions are here,
Mm-hmm.
we begin the tale of killing. Uh, why is it so hard?
Nalahim?
Malcanthet.
Malcanthet.
Oh, Malcanthet. Okay, I thought you were like, yeah. Yeah.
But then afterwards, also bring up, or rather ask, have they heard of any movement from Nalahim's forces? Have they heard? Because I know they've get some reports from other islands?
Yeah.
What
Yeah,
have you
they
seen them active?
they're like, he's been incredibly quiet. I have not seen or heard of any of his forces taking anything in this conflict.
Dude, I'm so worried that he's just like sitting on the throne right now. Like, oh man, I only need like 15 more minutes and it's done. All right. Well, what do we think our next step is? We could continue on as we were, take the next city. I think I believe our previous next step was going to be Erisloft, right?
I do believe that was one of the ones that you mentioned, yes.
We at least have a teleportation sigil for it.
Yes. We do have updates on several cities that have been attacked while and several shifts. Surprisingly, some cities that we were not anticipating to be involved have been attacked while we were out of play. Gans of Lower Skilt, Saber Creek of Mordengale, Elmren of Mordengale. Let me. This one. Where are you? White Shard of Honeystone. Salmon Pass of Zagrabest. Nuntal of Ile d'Ivor. And Valerie and Vernburg of Ile de Triomphe. Have all seen conflicts. Most of them do not have a portal nearby. However, at least for Vernburg, Valerie, and Nuntal, a new form of abyssal demon has been spotted. Shade-like figures. The shadows of former demons. Believe those three were taken by Shirok.
Do we think we could even attempt to take him on right now?
I wouldn't recommend it. He is a threat and of all on his own. However, if he has foot soldiers that he's taking from demons, well, that's not something that I had planned for. As soon as the effects of the fruit faded, he seemed to go back into hiding. So we do know, however, that means he is somewhere close to Drakencrone.
Any advice? Who to attack next?
I feel like Mordengale is getting overrun by several different forces. Arya Crest and Eris Gate seem to have their defenses up for now, and anyone who escaped to the shield wall seems to be doing okay. But the fact that Arisloft, Nobleport, and Saber Creek are all afflicted as they are, that might be a good point to.
Well, we know for sure we can get to Erisloft. We have a sigil. I think we got it from Rena, right?
Yes, yeah, because her
So-
home had one.
That could be next. Do we have word of what sort of forces were there? Do we think we might know which lord is connected to it?
Based on the smaller number of forces but tougher opponents, I do believe that these have been attacked by Kithkalan's forces.
All right, what do you guys think?
I mean, unless we can figure out where Nalahim is, seems like the best course of action.
I mean, it's always good to prioritize saving lives, so
That's
I'm not
right.
opposed to that.
I wanted to cast that spell. Well, let's plan as if we're going to Airsoft. It's at least a place we can go, and we know they need the help.
Hey?
I'm gonna cast that spell and see if it might help in finding Nalahim, but I'm doubtful.
Okay.
Yes, this sounds like a good idea. I'll be back in a moment. And Willow's gonna run out of the room. Not urgently, but like she's got somewhere to be.
Okay.
You could have
Oh,
peed
strange.
before this.
You did just wake up. I understand. You came out to this, so.
But I mean, the bathroom is like right there.
The privy's
Right.
just directly past us, so I mean.
I'll find a seat and I'll begin casting my spell through this
Okay.
wall.
Everyone talks.
You know, I'm gonna go. I'm worried about Willow. I'm gonna
Okay.
go after her.
Okay. So,
That's not normal behavior.
You see Willow go straight past where the privy is, back to the room.
I'm just gonna follow her.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to my bag where the cubic gate is stashed, and I'm gonna hit the button to go visit the sisters.
I'm gonna come into the room and be like, what the hell are you doing?
yeah.
I just need to check on something real fast.
She is
You alright?
I'm fine, but I worry someone else isn't.
I'm not gonna. I literally can't stop you, so just do whatever you're gonna do. I'm gonna come with you, though, because I don't trust this.
All right. Smack the button.
a doorway opens between you two.
I walk through.
Alrighty.
I will go with her.
All right.
Split
Splitting
the
the
party.
party.
Split the
Don't
party.
you know you never split the party. Lyrics in the back.
I feel like.
Party.
Nah, I'll let it keep going.
You kill her. I'm just gonna say that.
Yeah.
It smelled like crayons for a second.
Are you having a stroke?
Not
Alex
like
has moved into a new unfamiliar location and is having difficulty adjusting.
Yeah.
Are you surprised?
No.
And are you surprised by the fact of me being like, something smells weird?
No.
Now.
No.
Yeah, I don't think it should be surprising that my brain is just like, odd smell? What is?
Oh no, I'm dying.
No, no.
I'm not that bad. I'm fairly certain it is not a problem with me. I'm just more concerned it's a problem with the place I live now.
I'm sure it is. I'm sure it's something weird in your ducts.
Probably.
But
That
yeah,
would make the most sense.
what's on the other side of this here portal there, Brandon?
You find where is the thing to split people? Da, 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 da. No, let's see. I want Betty. Did that go? No.
Some point accidentally closed out of Roll20 and I don't know when that happened.
No, I am still on the map.
I didn't. Yeah, I'm still on the map.
Oh, that's why, because you closed out of it, and when I tried to move you, it was like, that person's not
No,
here.
I'm back. I'm here. I'm good.
There we go. Boop.
Okay, now I'm here.
Yeah. There you go. Sans these two. Like, can I grab the Almagy I'm learning? Hang on. There you go. You teleport to here. Where you find
Reyna and Rhea.
yes.
I think.
Let me find their names. I believe that's correct, but I can't find their names. Oh God, what's their name?
Yep, Rhea and Reyna. I was exactly correct.
Yeah. I'll take your word for it. It's somewhere in here in this fucking shithole of a text document.
I don't think it's in people we know. So
That's not where I'm looking. I'm looking through my
that's
actual.
not where you're looking.
Nah.
Okay. Yeah. Willow's gonna run up the
You see,
stairs and look for them.
you see, Rhea is here alone. She is absent-mindedly. She's got one fist under her chin, and she is sitting on a like floating disc. And she is rotating balls in the air with mage hand.
Rhea!
You hear the clatter of steel balls across a magic surface, and then they scatter across a stone face.
Do you know where your
Jesus.
sister is? Do you know where your sister is?
No, on her time off.
Oh.
Betty just shakes her head.
She'll be back in. She like grabs a. There's like 3 rotating. It's like a triskelion of time pieces that are like tilting into one another. She's like, she'll be back in like 2 hours. God, you gave me a heart attack.
Well, what the hell's going on? What's wrong with you? What's so urgent?
I had another vision. And I don't know what it means. I never know what they mean. I'm singularly bad at this. But I don't know. I just had the feeling that was tied to Renandula and whatever curse she was afflicted with, and a mother ran to me, crumbling to ash with a dead child in her arms.
That's rather morbid. When did that happen? Reyes like looks at you.
Last night.
Oh.
That's what I saw.
Oh, like a vision thing.
Yes.
I thought you meant just like
Oh, in
she
real.
ran
No.
up on you. I was like, that's horrifying. No, if it's a
No.
vision, I mean, yeah, someone's due to like die or something. Usually, yeah.
But I don't understand it.
Listen, I get them all the time, but they're mostly to deal with her down there. Yeah, she likes to send me visions of her like eating my entrails while I have to watch from the outside. Not the most happy making. It's why we get breaks.
That makes sense.
You all right? I mean,
It's been a very stressful week. This has not made it better. This has made it.
oh, certainly.
Oh.
Visions are terrible. That's. I mean, don't focus on what it means. Focus on what it can mean.
I don't think how it can mean anything good. I can only see that it's a portent of doom, and I'm trying to avoid it if I can.
You don't have like a childhood school bully. You could be like, yeah, that was their mom. And that was the kid.
They're all dead.
Oh, I mean, then it already came true, right?
The look that Willow gives.
Betty's just gonna look at which sister are you talking to?
Rhea.
Rhea, this is Rhea.
Gonna look at Ray. Did you go to school?
No.
How do you know what school is?
I know it's a place that people go to learn things.
Fair enough. Yeah, I didn't go to school either. I can't talk about this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure it's just nothing. It must be nothing.
It could just be a horrible like vision from like you being stressed out, or it could not have come yet, or it's something to come. Which usually I put it on like, man, that guy that like sold me bread, he dropped it like a little bit and then he crumpled the like crust of it. I was like, that guy's getting his guts eaten by her down there. Yeah.
Would that it were true. Take care. It's only a few more days of this insanity.
Yeah, I don't like the like white. It's weird. It's unsettling. I'm supposed to be in like, I'm used to it being dark here, and well, I can't take half naps with it like this.
Mm-hmm. As uncomfortable as it may be, your thickest cloak over your eyes might help.
I will try that. I need to buy a cloak. All of my stuff is sort of flashy and see-through.
Apologies for the fright. I will
No worries.
take
Hey.
my departure. All right, and I will press the button to go back.
Return home.
Return back to the room from whence we came.
So the cube has been used for the day.
Yep. Luckily, I have plenty of teleportation spells.
Mm-hmm.
So.
But in that hubbub, Hassel was casting a spell.
Mm-hmm.
It might not do anything.
You pull out a scroll of
might
contact
do
other plane.
everything.
It might tell you everything. You spend the minute casting it as the scroll erupts into purple flames and a sigil appears in front of you. A sigil of immense complexity. I need you to make an intelligence saving throw.
Intelligence save, yes. I'm almost certainly gonna have to boost this. but we'll
Please
see what I
become
get.
insane until your next long rest.
Oh no.
What a
We'll see how much
save.
work I have to do.
9.
Okay. So we'll start with Favored by the Gods and hope that's enough.
Probably not.
It is
14.
one shy, so I do have to use my lucky stone.
Unfortunate.
Which is a D6, so
Yeah.
it's guaranteed. I won't bother rolling it.
Yeah. Okay. You managed to put all of your might into staving off this mind worm that begins to burrow into your head before the flexing and warping sigil in front of you relaxes into a steel cool pool. A reflection begins to grow. Who are you attempting to contact?
Hold on.
Did you bring it again?
No, I was getting
Malahim.
no, I'm not.
Lanesh.
I'm not picking it.
Malcontent.
Malcanthet.
Lanesh.
Yeah, it's not Malahim. Malcontent.
It's space madness, though.
You did miss Space Madness. A foggy outline that could be construed as Malcontent appears. Murder me and then call upon me. What's your
It was so
game?
quiet. Okay,
Yeah.
there we go.
Yeah. Was it coming through?
So some
Like
of it.
every other word.
Oh, okay. It's just, fine. I'll do. Murder me, then call upon me. What's your game, Starlight's call?
Oh, you'll be back in no time. I'm actually doing you a favor here. Do you know where Nalahim is? I kind of want to kill him. That's my first question. Does she know where he is?
I have inklings where he is.
Hey, that's something. Let's be honest with each other right now. We both know that it's going to take you a minute to come back. I'm afraid before that happens, not only he might claim this throne, and we don't know where it is. Is he there?
Probably.
What's a good way to ask this?
I realize I'm supposed to answer with one word, so
Yeah.
well, that wasn't
That's
me
why I'm
just
asking
being.
one-word questions.
Yeah.
What's a good way to ask this? Can Nalahim claim it without directly confronting anybody?
No.
Okay, so he has to engage with somebody. How much time do we have before he does, do you think?
Unclear.
One more question. Oh, I guess we can just answer the one question we. It's probably yes, but is the throne guarded from teleportation?
You just see a faint ghostly grin curl across the face in the mirror. Fuck you.
Yeah, we're probably gonna have to walk. All right. Hey, if you know what's good for you, just stay home next time.
The call,
I don't want to kill you again.
The call ends abruptly while you're trying to.
All right. I didn't want to mention Divine Sparks. I don't want to let her know that we know.
Probably a good idea.
All right.
The
Let
less
her
people,
know that we know that she knows.
Yeah, the less people that know that other people know. That's also a good thing. A meta thing, because Hessel cut his contact first. Pelor doesn't know that Betty knows anything as well.
Oh.
So that'll be interesting. But I think that's.
Oh, I'm very aware of that fact.
I think that's a good stopping point before we get any further.
I'm very aware of that, Brandon.
So next time we will be you'll be fighting some stronger opponents, but less people. At the
Yeah, going to Erisloft.
at Erisloft.
Though we do know, unfortunately, that there's not a demon lord at the end of this path. He got bit.
Yeah, he did get bit. So, but you still get influence.
Yeah, we still clear city.
Because there is no active demon lord, these fights will also probably be easier because they're not actively guarding a demon lord. So who knows? You might be able to do a fair bit in the next 24 hours. But for now, I will write down Erisloft as the next target. I am so glad that some of the spider web paths that y'all crossed and didn't follow are coming back around. So it's nice to feel this actually coming to an end and making sense. But okay. That is where I think we should call it, because I don't want to go any further and we've got things to do tomorrow. So
Yeah.
Yeah. So thank y'all so much for joining us. I hope you had fun. If you are sitting there lurking, thank you. We love the lurkers. If you want to hear more as the story unfolds, we play on Saturdays, 8 p.m. Eastern. And yeah, we have fun here. But I am tired and my throat hurts from doing voices. So I think we should go to bed. So good night, everybody. I hope you had fun. Have a lovely night. If it's not night, have a lovely time zone. Goodbye. Goodbye, adventurers. Sleep well. Get a long rest. Don't start huffing the vents of your AC unit. It's not good for you.
Yeah, don't do that.
Don't do whippets.
Don't do whippets.
Do not do whippets.
Don't be Zach Bagans. Goodbye.